to be a wasted expense. Visit solarsource.com/monsters today. For as low as $29 per month, you can turn your pool into an ultimate family fun hangout. solarsource.com/monsters.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Eligibility and results may vary. If you're on Medicare and living in the Orlando area, getting great dental care doesn't have to be confusing or expensive. Sage Dental is here to help you understand your Medicare benefits and make your care as simple and affordable as possible. Whether you need a routine cleaning or advanced care like implants, crowns, oral surgery, or custom dentures, Sage Dental brings all your dental needs conveniently together under one roof. At Sage, we use the latest in dental innovation, including minimally invasive techniques for more comfort and faster healing. Need a crown? Sage can create same-day custom crowns right in our office. In addition to Medicare, we accept most insurance plans. No insurance? Our Sage Care Plus plan can save you up to 65% on general or specialty dental care. Sage Dental, leading with innovation centered on your care. Same-day appointments available. Call 800-218-8877. 800-218-8877. That's 800-218-8877.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex,
hello. What is happening, stream people? Hola. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Twitch. It's going to be one of those weird Tuesday Mondays. But that's one day closer to further Fritz on the Street domination, which I look forward to. Oh, you had a special show yesterday. Oh, that's right. Well, I had no special show yesterday. Nope. None of that. None of that. Mega show. It's a big promise. It's a big promise. No, not MAGA show. Mega. Does that mean Arnott is back? I thought Arnott was always back. I thought that was a mistake. All right. 25-ish seconds. Let's do this.
To an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Someone's going to get offended.
It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Seelane.
It is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from the Rhode Island hockey shooting to new updates in the Nancy Guthrie case. And please don't toss your loved one's ashes at the Daytona 500. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Seelane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. Welcome in, one and all, and make sure you share the show today. Tell somebody about this program. Tell somebody about this podcast, live stream, radio station. However you're ingesting the show today, spread the word on a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Rested.
Yeah,
Nice weekend. Beautiful
yeah.
weather. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, ish. There is the one thing I was like, okay, we're kind of back to normal. I'm looking at some of my bushes outside my house.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
are.
damn, the cold froze some of my bushes over here. I got to revive these things.
Oh,
And then
it's a dead zone in my yard.
I
So
said,
bad.
all right, no worries. We'll be back up and running here soon. And then I see next week is going to be cold again.
All right.
Come on, man. What are you applauding?
I was just about to turn off the setting on my thermostat that's like, if it goes colder than this, turn the heat on, and just stick with straight up cool setting. And now you tell me I gotta keep it.
Nah, you got to keep it for a while. You got to keep it for a little while longer before all is completely over with this winter. It ain't over just yet. Groundhog agrees, I think. Or you never know, because some of the groundhogs agree, other groundhogs disagree.
Other ones
There
are
are
dead.
Regional groundhogs.
Regional groundhogs are like in disagreement with the Puxatawny Phil. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Volusia County, Florida, everybody. Yeah. That's right, where the Volusia County Sheriff's Office has released some video of a Florida deputy rescuing an unresponsive woman from a house fire. This is a cop going into a smoke-filled house and doing his best to try to rescue somebody. Let's see what happened. Here we go. Throwing stuff out of the way.
I got someone on the ground. Ah!
Sets his sights on the woman here.
Whoa. Sounds like a video game.
It looks like a video game,
Kind
save
of.
for the blurring out of the woman. He got her.
Dang.
Wait, he's going in still. I think all these noises, just for the record, are the guy is like, there's smoke. There's smoke inside the house. So he's like, "Ah!
And it
Ah!"
hurts. People don't
Yes.
realize until you're like in it how bad it actually hurts.
It's like that burn in your lungs. I think
Your
that's what he's
eyes.
getting. And so he's trying his best to keep it together.
I got you.
I got you.
Aw.
Come on.
Picks her up.
I'm inside. I can't breathe.
I mean, he's risking his own life to grab this lady.
This is crazy.
Come on, man.
It's
I
harder
got
to
you.
pick up somebody than you might think, by the way. And then he busts his way out. Yeah, kicks the wall down.
Badass.
Kill me.
What?
What?
Did he say kill me?
Sounded like it.
Hold on. Did he,
Both of
is he
us
that
heard it, so I
tired?
don't feel crazy.
Is he at that point during his rescue? He's like, just kill me.
Yeah, kill me now.
I am exhausted.
Buddy, you are so close to the finish line here.
Been
You just
there,
broke
my
through
guy.
a wall.
Been there.
He Kool-Aid manned his way through the wall. He's got the woman. He's trying to pick her up. Then he's dragging her a little bit, but he's like, I can't do it. This is it.
Kill me.
Kill me. Kill me, please. Is that what he said? Let's go back.
Kill me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to... Sounds kind of like kill me.
What did he say, Kobe?
Kobe!
Wow.
It is bad in there.
It's quite hard to see.
Yeah, they obviously wanted to censor out the victim, so you just see a big blob if you're watching live.
I mean,
for
I
a lot
hear
of
you,
this.
but just for future reference, we have the technology to just do the body. If you want to put this video out.
This particular officer commended for his action, Volusia County Sheriff's Office. They said the victim is stable and expected to fully recover.
Yummy.
Which, good for you, dude. And then I started to wonder afterwards, I was like, could I, no laughing, please, no laughing, could I wander into a fire and pick up a person and bring them out of the fire?
Depends on the person.
You're in the fire.
You said no laughing.
You said, but it was clear as day. I'm going in.
Maybe adrenaline, hopefully.
Like, I've seen a mom lift a car off a kid.
Everybody says that. Have we seen a mom lift a car off a kid?
Yes, we have.
I heard about a mom lifting a car off a kid, so I don't know if that actually happened.
What was the movie where Harlan Williams goes to, like, Mars or something?
Baby's Day Out?
No.
There's a scene where... Like, he has to do that. He has to
pick up something?
He has to pick up something very heavy to rescue somebody and save the day. And he goes, they say that, a mother's instinct or something gives her extra strength. Call me mommy! It's ridiculous. Like, it's very stupid.
All I have to do is scream, call me mommy, and pick you up.
And then I have to call you, I have to scream mommy at you.
Mommy! And then I'm carrying you out of the fire.
Okay, but not like a baby, like a giant baby. There are ways. I feel like there's military ways.
I'm sorry. This is my rescue. I would like it to be like a baby. I'm
Your
carrying...
knees will buckle and both of you are going to die.
Probably. I will get outside and all the adrenaline will wear off the moment I get outside, and then my knees will just explode into
and then you go, kill me!
Lieutenant Sean's got new legs.
I think maybe your best bet for me would be to grab me by the legs and drag me.
I don't know.
I don't know if you're getting up or torso.
All right, challenge accepted. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep that in mind if there's any
just
fires.
Go in with a dolly?
That would be handy. Just keep a dolly in every room, fire extinguisher dolly.
It was really nice of Sean to invite us over. Why does he have dollies everywhere?
The real bitch would be if I did that and then I still couldn't get you on the dolly because I'm not handy enough, even with like the most rudimentary equipment.
Grab the margarine.
Kill me! Just keep saying it as fast as I can.
Can we get a hold of that officer and figure out what he said?
I hope he's okay. That's all I'm hoping for. It looks like the lady's okay. They got out of the fire. All is well. Congratulations to everybody. Try not to set any fires in the future, all right? I do want to talk about, obviously, the thing I was watching all weekend long or whatever it was on. The Daytona 500!
Woo! Look at them go.
They were driving around in their automobiles out there. For the Daytona 500, there was a couple of crashes I saw. People were very passionate. There was some ass grabbing by Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah, there was.
That was weird.
I know there's an excuse, and it's like not as weird as it seems. But may I never be on video grabbing a little kid's ass? Yeah. All right, like if there's a little kid in front of me in line, and it's just me and the kid in this line, the ass of his shorts are on fire. I'm going to be like, listen, buddy, I heard stop, drop, and roll is the way to go. I'm not grabbing your ass to put anything out because cameras won't understand what's going on here.
Excuse me, little man.
So you'd rather the kid burn?
Yeah.
The kid must die.
Because the cameras won't understand?
Yeah, have you seen what happened today to Michael Jordan? Everybody's like, well, obviously he's a pedophile.
I mean, the kid's pants weren't on fire.
The kid's pants were on ice, from what I could hear. They said he had ice in his pants. What? The kid had ice in his pants, and that's what Michael Jordan was like trying to fix and get that out of there.
Why does the kid have ice in his pants?
We can go over to this real quick because I've got a couple of videos here. The video, for those of you watching, and you can watch the show over on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Search for The News Junkie on YouTube. You'll see the stream. And Michael Jordan is hanging out with this whole race crew. He's big in the racing world, right?
Yeah, his dad got him into it.
Oh.
He's a very wealthy man, and he does some smart things with his money. And he seems to really like racing and want to bring more black racers into the world of NASCAR and black fans into the stands to the world of NASCAR. There hasn't historically been a lot of either one of them. So that he thinks there's a huge opportunity for this, and financially he thinks he might win from it too. And it looks like he's very, very close with a lot of these people. And there's this little guy, and the video caught Michael Jordan behind the little guy. And Michael Jordan's like, it looks like he's going out his ass. I'm just, I'll be real. The video shows him, a little kid's in front of him. It looks like he's pinching his ass.
I mean, I can tell it's not his ass that's getting pinched.
Because the kid's not turning around. So
the kid took a while to turn around. I think I would have turned around very quickly if I was him. But the kid had ice, from what I hear, in the back of his shirt, and it just looks so bad. Like, it just looks like, oh, there's a little kid in front of me? Yeah, it just looks so creepy.
It is such a bad angle, weird. All of it. Very strange.
Yeah, and then there's a second. Hold on.
Shorts.
The other clip that's going around is of Michael Jordan near the same kid, and the kid's kind of like, oh, God, he's here again. Like, kid's like, is he behind me? Oh, he's behind me. Right. Tell me if he gets any closer. The truth of the matter is so much different than the video, which is why I made this pivot here, because sometimes the video will convince people of all kinds of crazy stuff. And people are like, well, obviously Michael Jordan wanted to touch this little boy at the race and just do it in front of everybody and all the cameras and stuff. And so often there's another excuse. There's a reason. I can explain is a real thing. And it looks like this was not as nefarious as it seemed. But, man, that one went viral as hell.
It is funny to consider that little boy has no idea how much of a legend is.
No.
And how viral he is. And
no.
At what point is he beyond his years where someone can sit him down and be like, Michael Jordan, you, 15 years ago, thoughts? Or is Michael Jordan now just seeing the end of his
I think I got to think that Michael Jordan is just enjoying things. I always hear about him like smoking cigars, hanging out at these kind of places, VIP style, not really caring much about what people think, which is great for you, Michael Jordan, on a day like this. It is just fantastic on a day like this. But he faced some backlash over this weird celebration, Yahoo News calls it. Weird celebration with a child after the Daytona 500 win. It was kind of strange.
I mean, I just think what's crazy is like that kid is just like used to being around Michael Jordan all the time.
I know.
Like, that's Tyler Reddick's son. Cool. That's the son of the guy who won the 500.
Yeah.
It's Michael Jordan's racing team. This is big news for Michael Jordan, and it's kind of unfortunate for Michael Jordan that it's now being slightly overshadowed by this weird ice in the pants thing.
Imagine being
Why
a
was
kid
there
and
ice
being,
in the pants?
Imagine being a kid and being annoyed by Michael Jordan bothering you. I'd be like, this is awesome.
Just leave me alone, please.
Sure, he only touches my ass, but he's still hanging out with me. This is something more than my friends have. I would be excited. Michael Jordan, feel free. Anytime you want. Ice, no ice, all the rest.
In your pants, man, and then just like back your butt up into Michael Jordan.
I'll be like just trying to scoot near. I'm like,
everybody get up.
Anything you see, Jordan? Anything you want to dunk on? Anything. Basketball.
You walk by Michael Jordan on an airplane and you're like, I have ice.
Kill me. Kill me.
What do you think? It's a little like wiggling it in front of him, kind of. All right, I do want to talk about a couple of things, and one that I think is so absolutely unhinged that will be about the Daytona 500. We'll get into that momentarily. Real quickly, some emails coming in, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Chris emails the show, and he says, here they go again. TMZ receives a fourth Nancy Guthrie demand email, and it says, come forward and tell us. And they said they had the chance to offer the $50,000 and still can't pull the trigger. What a bunch of punks this makes them come off as, in my opinion. Keep up the work, says Chris Coleman, the Heisenberg guy, the popcorn man. that guy emailing the show, and he's right. It's so ridiculous. TMZ at this point is like, we got another email from this person. It's the same Bitcoin account, so therefore it's the same person. And you're like, pay it. 50 grand is nothing to TMZ. Pay it. Otherwise, shut up.
Well over 50 grand with all of the website visits at the very least, right?
Oh, they've made a windfall off of this. It's ridiculous. What else here? Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Kristen emails the show. Hey, News Junkie. Love your show. Listen all of the time. Have you ever checked fltreasurehunt.gov? Oh, I have. Yeah, I've done that before. She says you could search by person. It'll bring you to a page where you put in your name to see if you have any unclaimed funds. I've found $15 to $50 there. You can check all your friends' names, family, etc. That's fltreasurehunt.gov for those of you in Florida. A lot of states have these, though, so you might have one in New York or, where else.
I think my wife just got a pretty decent check, or at least got like a notice that there was a pretty decent check waiting.
Did she really? Yeah. Courtney's so good at this kind of stuff. I'm like, I talk about mailbox money, but I don't do it. She hears me talk about it, does it, and all the time she's just like, oh, just got some money. Oh, just got some money. We're sitting there hanging out this weekend, and she goes, oh, just got $10. And I go, $10 from what? And she goes, we bought the nowadays THC drinks, and then I followed some instructions, and they just Venmo'd me $10. And I said, they just gave you $10?
Yeah, all she had to do was give them your social security number.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, but she got it. It worked. My neighbor who was in her 80s, whose husband said she knows where every dime is, found over $5,000, says Kristen. It only takes a few minutes. You should check it out. Thank you. And over to this, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. And Angela emails the show. Same name as my sister, Angela. Hey there, podcast listener here from the 5 a.m. days. Sean, whenever I hear you use the phrase political people, I think it would be a perfect parody of Marilyn Manson's The Beautiful People. You and I both. I hope you read this on air, and one of the talented News Junkie listeners will make that happen. We'll see.
Hey.
Thanks for all the love you do. Love the show. Sincerely, Angela. Angela, thank you for that. Oh, yeah, the political people. I think it would work. And I looked, and then it's like AI doesn't want to do those things because copyrights and
Where's the AI that doesn't care? I want the doesn't care AI.
I want the version of AI that's like grabbing kids' icy asses. I want the AI.
You sure about that?
That doesn't listen to the rules, that doesn't have any bumpers or guardrails.
Scruple-free AI.
Yes, yeah.
It's going to get weird.
I want the AI that will say slurs at me every once in a while. Not what mine does. You know what mine does? Oh, Sean, that's a badass idea. Or
hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Sean. Hell yeah, Sean.
I told mine to stop doing that and stop using emojis. Just get to the point, please.
Yeah, so what are you, 15? What's going on? You're an AI, for God's sake.
One thing that I have been doing forever that I think is now tied to AI, specifically ChatGPT, is the M-dash.
Yeah.
People were like, oh, AI is ruining the M-dash because now that is now it seems like some sort of sign to people that you've used ChatGPT for something because you copied and pasted it and it has the M-dash. First of all, didn't know that thing had a name. Didn't know that putting space dash space was called an M-dash. It was just stuff that I did to like kind of transition thoughts.
Yeah.
And
it's and that doesn't just change the situation. It changes the game entirely. Like everything's in that format. Now people think you're using ChatGPT, though?
I've never been personally accused of it. I mean, I use it all the time for other stuff. But I just read about the M-dash thing, and people were blaming ChatGPT for ruining what's a perfectly good punctuation.
Yeah, that's why I put a bunch of misspellings and stuff in there so people know it's real now.
Right.
I put at least 2 slurs and a couple misspelled things.
I just capitalize random words.
Yeah, like if you do every other letter capital and then lowercase.
Oh, that used to be so cool.
Good old days.
People know. They know. They're like, this is real. This isn't from AI. All right, when we come back, I want to talk about somebody doing just the unthinkable at the Daytona 500. And we got to put a stop to this stuff. We have to put a stop to this. A man who just threw his ashes on the winning cars as they crossed the finish line. Well, not his. That would be a hell of a feat. He threw the ashes that he had with him. Somebody's ashes.
He lost a limb and just cremated that limb.
Yeah,
so
kill
he
me.
can toss his own ashes.
Throws it out there. And this person, I'll tell you exactly how they did this and why this needs to stop, okay? We need to stop this entirely. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You're going to get stuck on I-4 eastbound through that Champions Gate area between US 27 and World Drive. There's still some slowdowns between...
Hello! Welcome behind the scenes.
From the traffic center of James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the White House Briefing Room.
Skull mic activated.
Weekdays for 15 minutes of no-spin.
Hey, everybody. Welcome in on a Share the Show Tuesday. You are now behind the scenes. This is called Skull Mike. This is where we talk during the breaks. I hope you're okay. I hope all went well with your weekend. Whether you guys got a long weekend or not. Thanks to everybody who hung out for the bonus stream yesterday. Who was there for that? Anybody? Hope you guys had a good time with that. If you missed the bonus stream with Courtney, you can always go back to the YouTube channel and watch that. Was a fun one. Nicole says somebody died this morning on I-95 at Edgewater. Not good. That sucks. Hey, Jason. Cat Butthole says, loved it. It was nice to see Dortney in real life. That was fun. It was. It was fun, right? Guess what? We have a whole new set of goals this week, which I'll announce in just a bit. And another bonus show up for grabs. Enjoyed it very much, said Mel Bell. It was fun. We learned a lot of things. It got weird. It got so weird content-wise, the video was immediately demonetized afterwards. The following host says, I watched it this morning. Good. Glad you could check that out. I saw it. Good stuff I missed, but I'll watch it later. Good. Get it. Make sure you get it. You'll have fun. It ain't making any money, but that's okay. It was still a fun time. Okay, everybody. What do we think, chat, before we get into all the good drama of the day? What do we think about Michael Jordan and the grab-ass moment? Do we think it was... Do we think he's getting a raw deal? Do you think Michael Jordan's getting a raw deal? Yes or no, chat? Is Michael Jordan getting a raw deal on this with everybody watching it and being like, what a creepy dude? What's up with this guy? Is he getting a raw deal, or is it like, dude, you've started grabbing at that kid. You got to think about how this is going to look if somebody films it. Innocent, says Charles. I thought it was fantastic. I hope you're talking about the bonus stream. Are we sure there was ice there? Is he getting a raw deal? Yes. Are all Michaels creepy? I think Fox should not have aired it. It was kind of like randomly in the background of this shot. And that's why it's somebody filming on their phone, on their television. And they go, what the hell was this? Yes, so many people only read headlines. True. With context, it's different. Yeah. But the thing is, you're so right. Most people only read headlines. So the thing happens, and then literally the headlines get the most spread, and very few people go beyond just that surface level. This happens with so many stories. So many stories that we're going to get into today. The Stephen Colbert story, the drama around that, we're getting into that. This ice hockey shooting in Rhode Island, we're definitely going to get to that and what prompted it. We've got updates galore, including some weird ones in the Nancy Guthrie case. Sheriff taking their sweet time, I guess, in that investigation. Lots of stuff. Dwayne says, it looked weird, but we know the truth now. We live in a quick reactionary society. Dwayne, you're right, but it's not even just reactionary. There is a small portion of society, I always group these people, these like antisocial weirdos online at about 10%, and they just are constantly looking for somebody to scalp. Doesn't matter who it is. Who can we get today? Pitchforks, tiki torches. Who can we get? Who can we go after? It's gross. It's loser behavior. All right, 2 minutes and we're back live on the show. And I got some rundowns for you. I got a rundown on the Rhode Island ice hockey shooting. Rundowns are where you get all the information on a topic in case you missed out on any of this. And I got some other things, including, I don't know how many of you guys are following along with this, but I also want to get into the Olympic curling cheating scandal. He's Michael Jordan. I'm sure it's a family member's child. Yeah, it was related to his racing team. I heard Bugs Bunny's coming out saying he got grew up during Space Jam. Big if true. Back-to-back cruises, says Alicia. Must be nice. Jason says they're always looking for that gotcha moment. Yeah, they are. There's a lot of people online who are just like, some of them are in the political armies, and then some of them are just like losers online with no life's purpose. And they go, I'm just going to find my person of the day, and I'm going to try to cancel them or gut all their accomplishments. Okay, we're coming back right now. Let's get into the person who threw the ashes onto the track for the Daytona 500. This needs to stop. Give you the details behind this. And then get to that hockey shooting. Here we go.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Born and raised in Torrance, California, Chloe Kim returns to the halfpipe to make history. After dominating the last two Olympics, she drops into the Milano Cortina pipe, aiming for an unprecedented third consecutive gold medal. With her signature massive air and technical double corks, she remains the undisputed queen of the sport. Kim is ready to prove once again that the road to the podium goes through her. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
Grab a seat, forget the same three songs over and over and over again. Let's hang out today and talk about all things viral on the show. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. I have to say something, and I mean this like as much as somebody can mean something. All right? This is coming from the heart, okay? When someone tells you that when they die, here are the instructions for what to do with their ashes, you don't actually have to do it. You don't. There's no need. You don't have to do this stuff. People, I will go, well, I brought this person's ashes to the Haunted Mansion in Disney World, and I threw them all over the crowd there. And you go, well, why would you do a thing like that? Well, that's what they wanted me to do. And then somebody will say, like, I got a motorcycle, and I got on the motorcycle and drove all the way through South America because that's what they wanted me to do. Like, you can, I just want to give you this permission. You can ignore somebody's requests on what they want you to do with their ashes. They're not there.
They're going to haunt you.
They aren't going to haunt you.
Your ass.
There's no such thing as ghosts. You're going to be fine. You could just ignore it. I did it. All right. I did the same thing. My father started talking about how he wanted to be buried in a peanut can. He wanted his ashes put in like this peanut can, chock full of nuts can. And my dad would say, I'm telling you, when I die, Sean, just put my ashes in the can. My father was Alex Jones. Put my ashes in the can. And
I will eat your neighbors.
I'll eat your neighbors, put my ashes in the can. And I said, oh, yeah, you got it, Dad. You got it. And then I remember sitting there and having this moment where I was at my dad's funeral and people are going up and saying stuff. And I see the urn for my father's ashes in front of me. And I go, should I grab that and put it in the nut can? He wanted me to put it in the nut can. But you know what I did? I said, no, let's take the ashes, go through the rest of the process as they normally do. And then
save some money, though.
I didn't want to do any of that because I thought it was ridiculous. And you don't have to do these things, but people sometimes do them. And somebody at the Daytona 500 was right at the finish line. The cars are flying by. Again, I don't know why any spectators watch this sport, but boy, do a lot of them do it. Spectators out there and all the cars just going by. No idea who those were and what order they were in, but there we go. And as they're going across the finish line at the Daytona 500, this guy runs out and throws what everybody's assuming to be human ashes on the cars who are crossing the finish line at the Daytona 500. For those of you watching on YouTube, here's the visual. Cars crashing, coming around the corner. Boom! He throws the ashes up over the field of vehicles as they're crossing the finish line for the Daytona 500. And I hate this. I hate this because now he was caught in his own cloud of ashes as he threw them onto the cars. And I'm sure his friend's like, I'll tell you what I want happening to me. If I die,
it looks like he barely got any of them past the fence.
They blew back at his face like a cloud, like a dust cloud.
A bit of a flashback.
But his friend was like,
I tried.
I'll tell you what I want to be. I want to be on the hood of those cars, finishing the Daytona 500. I want to be on the hood of those fast cars with those fast drivers. And the father of that little kid whose ass is going to get grabbed by Michael Jordan. That's I want to be. My ashes. I wanted to be on the hood of that car.
Well, that didn't happen. You ended up in strangers' mouths.
He ended up in his friend's mouth. This is a cloud. He throws a cloud up into the air, and then it goes all over him. And then the cloud, obviously, there's wind drafting through, blows back, and people are sitting there in the stands, and all of a sudden they're eating your friend.
I don't mind the idea of spreading people's ashes as long as it's not, imposed upon anyone else. Like, this one, it looks like there weren't a lot of people around, but those ashes definitely weren't airborne.
There weren't a lot of people around. There's hundreds of thousands of people here.
Not right next to that guy.
You're throwing ashes into the air. It blows back on everybody. This is like the person
I know. I
who
was
did this
getting
on
to
the
that
cruise
part.
ship. Go.
Stop disagreeing.
No, I'm mad. I'm mad today.
But I've seen a video where somebody took their friend's ashes to an EDM show. And then, during the drop, it's like, and then they just chucked the ashes in the air, just upwards.
That's disgusting.
And I'm like, other people inhaled that. After they did that, it cuts to them in the Uber or something afterwards. They're like, I think I still got some Travis on my pants. I mean, and it really did. They just everywhere.
That's weird. You got to stop doing this stuff. You got to stop doing it. I agree with you, C-Lane, in as much as if somebody says, hey, this is my favorite park. Take me to the park.
It used to be spread them in a lake.
Spread them in a lake. Nobody's around, or maybe just a couple of friends are around or something. But when you start to do this in such a public way, and then all these other people are around you, it involves them in it. And I've seen this happening. I don't know if I could find the video. I think there was one where somebody tossed the ashes over the ship, and then the ashes all came back on the people on the ship.
It's nasty. My favorite is, I think it was a Pink concert, and someone just threw the entire bag of ashes at her, and she's like, is this your mom?
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know
that's
what
weird.
to do with this. I'm in the middle of Raise Your Glass.
Yeah.
Throw them back at you.
Raise your ash.
you don't need to do this stuff. It's weird, all right? Like, I get that there's a lot of this kind of stuff. Oh, one of them was a scene in The White Lotus, I guess. But there have been a lot of people doing this where they scatter the ashes and they blow back in the people's face, and everybody's like, and
does that video say how
crazy.
To scatter ashes?
Yeah. In case you didn't know.
You probably imagine a loved one's scattering ceremony as a dignified yet reflective moment for family and friends.
True.
If this is your first experience with scattering someone's ashes, you probably are worried about how to make the ceremony go smoothly.
This is how they do it, man. They get the monetization up.
How many views does this video
71,000 views.
Okay.
Outshooting their size at 538 subscribers. 71,000 views on this video. You know what I want it to be? This is a video somebody should make, all right? So anybody can take this if they want to. Have you ever seen the cooking videos that start normally and then turn into a wild parody of themselves? Yes. That, but with spreading ashes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in a moment of in your moment of grief, make sure that you remember to properly spread the ashes of your loved one. And like starts out with really good advice. Make sure that you are grabbing all of the ashes so they're uniquely dispersed across the target situation that you're trying to pour the ashes on.
Spread your fingers.
And then just toss in a whole bunch of nonsense. Some other things. Eat a couple bites. Yeah. Sprinkle some on a chicken nugget.
Are you on a boat? Put it in the captain's eyes. See what happens and where you end up.
Toss it in the eyes of an enemy would be a good one. There's lots of options here, but I think this is serious.
By following some basic tips, you can have a stress-free scattering ceremony.
By the way, no, big fat no to you guys in chat. Scatter my ashes on the News Junkie logo in Sean's studio. No, I don't want a bunch of dead, ground up humans in my studio. It's weird, and I don't want that.
Because then you just end up with a bunch of dead, ground up humans in your Dyson.
Yeah, and I don't want that either. I want them completely and totally out of my house. I feel like they should just throw them away. I don't know why they give them to anybody to begin with. I don't even know where my mom's ashes are. I got them somewhere, I think.
Mine's going in a confetti cannon.
I mean, I think that the best way to handle this, well, why not do something sweet? Every once in a while, they'll do some sweet stuff, and they'll go, we took your mother's ashes, and we made them in to this small rock. And they get, okay, now I have the
like
rock.
that, and cool rings.
Here's a ring. Here's a firework. That's a nice one. Ooh, the firework goes off way up in the sky.
Rain on you.
But it's so far away, it seems less gross and stuff. Stop doing this stuff, please.
First, spend some time scouting out the location where you hope to scatter the ashes.
Daytona 500.
Will people be walking to the ceremony?
Yeah.
Are you taking a boat offshore?
Yes.
No.
Is there access for older family members? Are there rules about scattering human ashes in the place you have chosen? Next, be prepared when you open the urn. Human ashes are more like crushed stone than fireplace ash.
They don't want you to react when you open it up. What is this?
Her teeth are still there. Damn it.
What? Like you're going to open it up and be like, well, what in the hell? What are we dealing with here? I think you know how to do this. I don't even think you need the video. Is this one where it actually happened?
Go on there.
Throwing the ashes of a deceased loved one here.
Shut up.
Oh, she can't even get it out of the container. Oh, God. Oh, God. See? It's in your hair now.
There's still so much ash left.
They're having a good time. See?
That's what your loved one wants, I'm sure.
These two can't stop laughing right now as the ashes of their deceased loved one are flying all over this bridge that they're at right now. At least they're by themselves.
Not even funny. I'm not to do it
Look at Joanne. It's on the ledge.
Look at Joanne, he said. Joanne.
Look at Joanne. Joanne's on the ledge. It didn't go anywhere. It went down like a foot and a half. There's Joanne. Let's not do this at these public things, okay? If you've spread ashes of a loved one
Weirdly
somewhere,
enough, Joanne died jumping off that bridge, so this is a full circle.
let us know what happened if you've done this or attempted it before. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. No, the ashes thing.
Kill me.
People are already sending them in. I got a video dispatch, somebody talking about this. Send in your experiences with doing this if you've done this before. Or go to tips@thenewsjunkie.com with your emails on this. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get to this at some point in time. Maybe when we come back, we'll get to this hockey shooting that happened in Rhode Island, which is pretty crazy. Updates like crazy, and the Nancy Guthrie story, and a whole lot more to get into on a busy Share the Show Tuesday. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Music Weekends. Our classic alternative.
I said, remember that love is what I got.
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 105.
The moment was well worth the wait.
So grateful right now. It's just so amazing.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. How are you today? If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe over on YouTube or Twitch.
For today, it's going to be a beautiful day. After dealing with some minor patchy dense fog, we're going to be expecting temperatures to quickly climb their way into the 70s for this afternoon, and mid and upper 70s to be exact, with a high around 78 degrees today in Orlando. Plenty of sunshine today, and will only go up from here. Although we need the rain, we're going to be warm and dry all the way to the start of the weekend, with temperatures back into the 80s as early as tomorrow. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
Okay, folks.
Sponsored by Everdoor Garage Door. Everdoor's Forever Spring.
We had a blast yesterday, even on a federal holiday, with a bonus stream. And because you're so generous, and because you guys have been hitting the goals, you can go enjoy that whenever you like. It was a bonus stream with Courtney. It was funny. It was fun. And you can watch it over on YouTube if you'd like. Go check that out. New week, new goals unveiled. Unlock an after show stream and ask, or a bonus stream, an extra stream for the week. Here's what I need to see from you. Let's see if you can step up big today. Secret shows. Our goal is 30 secret show subscriptions. You can either subscribe at thenewsjunkie.com to secret shows and you'll count toward this goal, or you can hit that gift icon and gift subs to other users. You'll get emails telling you when they were claimed and who they were claimed by. It's kind of fun, actually. Gift the secret show subscriptions at thenewsjunkie.com. Hit that gift icon. YouTube. Our goal is 30 subs over there. This should be easy peasy. 30 subs. And then Twitch. Small but mighty crew on Twitch. Our goal is 20 subs on Twitch. Gifted or otherwise. 20 subs on Twitch. That is our goal. If we hit this, we unlock another bonus stream this week, and you guys will pick when it is. So let's see how you do. Either subscribe to Secret Shows or gift Secret Show subscriptions to users over on the website. They'll get to go claim them afterwards, and you'll count towards this total of 30. Go to thenewsjunkie.com at the gift icon. YouTube, subscribe over there, or subscribe on Twitch. Hello? Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Aren't you that girl from the bonus stream?
I guess so.
Sweet. What can I do for you?
I went to Publix.
Oh, you're going to Publix?
Yes.
I don't believe you. Unbelievable. Okay, be safe out there. See you later. She's going to Publix, everybody. Who could have seen this coming? No one warned me. Who could have seen this coming? Thank you, Sean. Kick off the sneaks. You know what, you guys went at me all last year for not wearing shoes in the studio. So in 2026, I say I'm going to be a little more professional. This is work. Put on your shoes while you're doing the show. I put on shoes every single day this year in the studio. And now you guys are like, kick off the shoes. All right, 90 seconds and we're back live. We're going to get into this hockey shooting in Rhode Island that was wild. Nicole says off to Publix. She is. I don't know what she's getting. I don't know what she's up to, but she's going over to Publix again. We'll give you some check-ins throughout the show to see how we're doing on those goals, to see if we can unlock that bonus stream. That'll be a fun one. Sean says he walked out on Publix today. They raised all their prices again. Sean, I sent my updated Pixar sperm movie poster to Tips. It's cute and safe for work. Is it safe for work, though? Who knows? By whom standards? Safe for my work. Safe for your work. All right, we're coming back, everybody. Let's get into what happened at this hockey rink in Rhode Island. Big Guthrie updates on the way, too.
Thanks, Mom. Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
I'm John Decker. Join me weekdays for 15 minutes of no-spin White House coverage, straight from the press briefing room. Subscribe now to the White House Briefing Room on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
with you. Learn more about the show, go over to the website. That's at thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get into dispatches and emails and all that good stuff momentarily here on the show. There was a big story that was developing this weekend about a shooting during a kids hockey game in Rhode Island. And I've got some of this here that I want to go over.
It was like high school kids, right?
Yeah, it was young kids. Like they're youth hockey playing out there. I've got a rundown on this. Let me bring this up. Hang on. Here's our rundown. It says Rhode Island hockey shooting. And this was the home of the Wildcats where this took place. And the rundown is on February 16th, 2026, a tragic shooting unfolded at the Dennis M. Lynch Arena in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, which isn't Pawtucket featured in like Family Guy and stuff? It is, right?
Yeah, Pawtucket. I think Quahog is fake, but Pawtucket Patriot or Pawtucket Pat or whatever. That's
the beer,
brewery.
Right? Yeah. The incident resulted in 3 fatalities at this hockey match, including the shooter, and left 3 others critically injured. The assailant, identified as Robert Dorgan, also known as Roberta Esposito, was present to watch a family member's game when the violence erupted. Authorities suggest the attack stemmed from a family dispute. A bystander's courageous intervention helped bring the situation to a swift end. So there was like a brave bystander who stood up during this hockey match when there was an attack underway. It went down about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time yesterday. During a boys' hockey game at this arena, the shooter targeted individuals in the stands, causing panic among player and spectators. Now, he was shooting his family members. They said a bystander intervened, attempting to subdue the shooter. The assailant died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. 2 adult victims were pronounced dead at the scene. 3 others were critically injured and transported to Rhode Island Hospital. They've interviewed over 100 witnesses and reviewed video footage. I'll get to that in just a moment.
Is that just like a snap, or is this coming off as premeditated?
This was a guy who was married and had a whole family, including some of the kids that were playing in this hockey game. And a couple of years back, the guy went transgender and had a falling out with his family and started living as Roberta. And there was a lot of issues that led to divorce from this arc that this person went on. And it caused a huge rift in the family. And they said this guy going as Roberta used to show up at these hockey games like in a dress and the whole thing, and then just pulled out a gun and started shooting in the middle of this hockey game. And I stay by the dump button because I don't know if anybody curses, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Actually, I don't even know if there's audio on this. But this is the folks on the ice. All right? There's a regular hockey game going on. Gunshots.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to go back. That's a lot of shots.
And it took 3 of them for people to realize what was going on, I think.
Yeah. They're playing hockey. And, honestly, for me, I kind of thought it was like when they do the thing during a game where they go, dun, 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 dun. The crowd, chants along or stomps along. But that was a gunshot. Count them. Everybody hits the deck. Wow.
It did hit right that. There. I think you were dead on about that rhythm.
It was close to it, right? And then everybody starts panicking. All these poor kids are fleeing.
Oh, my God.
Or jumping onto the ice and trying to go to the other side of the rink to get away from where this shooter was.
This is insane.
And then somebody was subduing this person in the stands. Obviously, you could hear just the panic and chaos of the crowd in this moment as they try to figure out what the hell just happened. But that was no insignificant amount of shots. That was a lot. 1, 2, 3.
That's a clip.
Yeah, it's like 14 shots or something. I don't know if it said earlier how many rang out, but that was a lot. They left 3 people dead, including the shooter, and 3 more hospitalized, all because this person went to a family member's hockey game and then decided to just blow this whole thing up. The police chief did not provide further details about the shooter and the victims on this story from the AP. Let me see back to the rundown and see what else we have. The central issue revolves around a family dispute that escalated into a public act of violence. Legal dimensions include the shooter's history of family-related disputes and potential mental health concerns. In fact, I think I have this shooter's daughter afterwards saying, he was mentally ill. He was very mentally ill. Ethically, the incident raises questions about public safety at family events and the adequacy of mental health support systems. This is the shooter identified as Robert, a.k.a. Roberta, born in 1969, had a history of family disputes and legal issues related to gender identity. The investigation started shortly after, and now law enforcement is looking into this. Some reactions. Chief of Police Tina Goncalves emphasized the targeted nature of the event and the ongoing investigation. Yeah, of course, this was not just on a whim. They must have done this on purpose. They knew exactly what they were doing. The mayor expressed sorrow over the tragedy, highlighting its impact on the community and the young athletes involved. This has gotten a lot of attention afterwards. So what else do I have here in terms of the media from this? I think this is the same video. Here is the police talking afterwards at a press conference. Let's see what the officer says. They're asking if it was a transgender person.
So what I can say right now that we have identified the person, the suspect, by a birth name. The birth name was Robert Dorgan. We have also learned that the person does go by the name of Roberta, also uses a last name of Esposito. But again, that will be all confirmed throughout the course of the investigation as to their status. That really doesn't have anything to do with the investigation.
All right, so they're confirming who this was and the story behind it. Now I'm most worried, I think, about this one. This is allegedly the woman who is the daughter of this guy who opened fire on this hockey event. Stand by the dump button there, because obviously this person was very, very upset afterwards. And I guess they were just talking about the mental illness issues. He shot my family.
He's dead now.
And he's dead now.
Described that shooting suspect as her father. She came out of the police department behind me here in tears after presumably being interviewed by police.
My father was a shooter.
What happened?
Shot my family.
Wow, she just dropped that kind of nonchalantly walking by the reporter.
Yeah.
She's like, my father was a shooter. He shot my family and now he's dead.
He's dead now. What was the reasoning? Was there a family argument?
He has mental health issues.
So, yes, she goes on to describe those mental health issues a little bit more. She says that he had been struggling with mental health for quite some time. She said
he was very sick. Quote, he was very sick, she said, of her father, who was allegedly the person behind all of this. And that story has exploded all over the place this weekend. We'll get your reaction to that. Send your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. That's crazy. You know, like the whole family was there, and then you got the family reacting right afterwards. And then because it was this game, there was several angles of the video just like recording as those shots rang out and as people panicked. And the kids at first, there's something weird to this where probably these kids now have seen so many stories like this. I wouldn't be surprised if a teenager or even preteen in 2026 has gone through the paces of what would I do? And if this happens around me, if this happens like at my school or something like that.
They have drills for that now.
Yeah.
Not at a hockey game.
Yeah, they have like drills in the schools and different things. And you probably think about this at some point in time. They all hit the deck first, and then they immediately started to skate across the ice to go as far away as they could from the scene as somebody tackled this person and subdued them there on site. So we'll get to that and any updates along with that story as the show rolls on today. Let's see here. We got to take a quick break. We have to take a quick break. I got a lot of Ashes stories coming in. I am surprised. All right. I'm surprised at the amount of Ashes stories that are coming into the show, but we'll see what happened in your situations, comparing that to the person at the Daytona 500 that thought it would be a good idea to throw their ashes on the winning cars as they crossed the finish line and they were all crashing. So we'll get to your versions of that. We've got a lot coming up, including updates in the Nancy Guthrie case, some very weird ones there, and so much more. And it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hello. Ride on I-4 westbound between 27 and World Drive. Also, accident reported.
Did the shooter at the hockey rink kill himself, says Leslie? Yes. It's believed that the shooter turned the gun on themselves after there was some sort of intervention. People were trying to like tackle them. And there's a long history of like political posts from the shooter as well, where they were saying, you know, if you're going to do this stuff, essentially, don't be surprised when we rage, you know? Like, it was a story about a transgender person facing some sort of opposition. It was like, if you're going to do stuff like this, don't be surprised when we rage. And it was like, okay. Crazy story. Absolutely crazy. And that's the, what? Second transgender shooting in a week's time? Keep in mind, transgender people make up less than 1% of the population. So you're looking at pretty outsized representation already. And the truth of the matter is, and people don't want to address this necessarily because it's kind of controversial, but not all trans people are magically trans. A lot of these people are mentally ill individuals. A lot of these people have other issues going on, and it could be indicative of other mental issues that they're facing. And so that seems to be like the precursor for this family to suffer from a large division as a result of this person coming out. And then it led to a divorce, and then now led to a murder. Wasn't the Canadian school shooter similar? Yes, it was. The Canadian school shooter was also a trans individual. Sean, I don't even know what to make of that comment. I'm just going to leave that there. I don't know what to make of that at all. We'll go to some of the Rhode Island hockey shooters internet post a little bit later on in the show, possibly in jury duty. Angel says, the funniest Ash scene was the movie Big Lebowski. I am surprised at the amount of feedback I have gotten where people are talking about tossing ashes out. Some breaking news. It looks like in Boonville, there was a church that exploded. In Boonville, a church has exploded. I'm thinking that that was a gas explosion because people on the scene are already saying that there was a strong smell of gas, an odor of gas in the air. More like Boonville, yeah. Hope nobody was caught up in that, but we'll keep an eye on that story too. A lot going on as per usual. Here we go.
My family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
So good to hang out with you on a day like today, a Share the Show Tuesday, in fact. A lot of reactions coming in. Let's work one in right now. You can email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Email coming in. This person says, I'd like to be anonymous, please, to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Anonymous says, when my mother-in-law died, she was cremated. We went to a beach on the east coast of Florida right after sunrise. Not many people were around at the time. We went near the water. I dug a small trench and dumped the ashes in the trench. The ashes were washed right away when the waves came back to the shore. No ashes were inhaled in this story. Sir, that is the way to do it. Or madam, anonymous, that is the way to do this, okay? You do this in such a way where it's respectable to other people. Don't run out at the Daytona 500 and throw your pal's ashes up in the air, and then a gust of wind brings it back over everybody in the audience, and they're like, oh, God, I'm choking on your friend. Like, that is just a rude thing to do. All right. It seems a little bit rude. Thank you for that email.
Another way to perhaps make the ashes, like instead of it being in ash form, hey, you want to put it in this public place? We've made it into a coin.
There's some things like that. Yeah, there's different things like that, which I think that's kind of sweet. You could flip it into a fountain somewhere. You know, do that, whatever you got to do.
Put it in a soda machine.
But like doing it in a public place where you risk tossing the ashes into the wind and then the ashes blow back on other people, I'm just not going to get behind that. I'm sorry. Here is Michael emailing the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Happy Fat Tuesday, junkies. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Wonder if Shia LaBeouf is still getting hammered in.
I can't wait to talk about him.
Have you guys seen it? Shia LaBeouf is like running hog wild in the French Quarter for New Orleans, apparently.
And some people are like, is he still sober?
What's going on with this guy? It's Fat Tuesday. So he's probably kicking it up right now, Mr. Shia LaBeouf. We'll see what happened with him in the next episode just a bit. First off, thank you, says the email. I just got off that Florida treasure hunt website you were talking about. Yeah, fltreasurehunt. Is it .org? Or I have to look this back up. fltreasurehunt.gov. fltreasurehunt.gov. There's a Just got off that FL Treasure Hunt website and found several claims which total around $500 for me. Groovy. Regarding ashes, I remember a story I read in one of my aviation magazines about a flying club that lost its founding member. This person was a fixture of that particular pilot community, so they thought it would be an honor to release his ashes in the sky. They did so in a Cessna 172, which is a single-engine, 4-seat aircraft, one of the most common in the general aviation world. I'll take your word for it. And then Michael continues. They got to a decent altitude, and the air was calm and perfect, so the passenger opened the window and released the man's ashes. The ash cloud subsequently got caught in the prop wash, which rolled it over the front of the aircraft and pushed it into the vents, filling the cockpit and resulting in an emergency landing. Oh, God. Chaos.
Could you imagine if the very last thing that your loved one does is take down the rest of you?
And then those people have wishes for their ashes, and you're like, no, we're stopping it now. We're stopping it now. Real quickly, I'm going to side tangent off of that email because they said Groovy and C-Lane did the Groovy Austin Powers thing.
Yeah.
Did you see the mega viral Austin Powers video over the weekend?
No, I've just really been continually watching the mega viral AI Star Wars video over the weekend with Natalie Portman.
I don't think I saw this. What happened with this before I tell you the clip that's going absolutely skywall right now?
It was talking about needing AI for cancer research.
Oh, yeah. Then it just made her boobs real big. Yeah. And people were like, this is it. This is what people are using AI for, right? All of the water that it's wasting and the power. My power bill is going up for this. The thing I was talking about with the Groovy Baby, this is like, I would do this if it wouldn't be so weird to do it. But this guy posted a video, Chase Hoffer is his name, and he titled it, "Yeah, Baby, yeah." Stay by the dump button again if you don't mind, Sabrina, because I forgot if he cursed in this, and I'm just kind of sidetracking in real time. But this guy hired an Austin Powers impersonator for just himself.
Oh, in his living room?
Yeah.
I love this so much.
Not a party, no nothing. He just hires the Austin Powers impersonator. And the Austin Powers impersonator shows up at his house.
Hey,
Hello, you must be Chase, baby.
Welcome.
Oh, what a grip you have. You must live alone. So what, you want me to do, like, what I would do at a party?
Sure. He's a pretty good Austin Powers.
He looks the part for sure.
I also love this guy's bit because it's not the only person he brings into his living room all the time.
It's so funny that he's hired this guy to do this in his living room. Because and just funny that this guy is still doing this in 2026. Austin Powers was a long time ago, and he just hires him, and the guy's like, normally I do this at parties.
Usually music played, you know, the song.
Yes.
And I come in and say, oh yeah, man, yeah. So how's everybody today, man? This is great. It's so good. Oh, behave. Oh, I fell over again. You go, oh, you make a lovely couple. Because it's the boobies.
The boobs. He's talking about looking at somebody's boobs. I think what he took to was Googling Austin Power lines, the Austin Powers impersonator that this guy hired just to be at his house.
He doesn't have them like memorized by now?
No, but he has his bit. He was just hoping someone with boobs would be there. So he's just kind of letting them all out.
This guy got paid.
It's a booby. You know,
yeah. Different time.
No, yeah, I don't think that would.
But I understand it. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
No, he's on his couch. No, he's on the man's couch.
He's just sitting. Austin Powers is giving up. He's sitting on the couch. He's like, "You watch the Super Bowl?"
I blew out all my lines in the first 5 minutes, baby.
Oh God, I love it. That's this is how you do things. Now, I would do this, but the other side of this is that you're stuck hanging out with an Austin Powers impersonator for God knows how long.
I'm down.
There you go. It says, absolutely gone. It's someone hiring an Austin Powers impersonator to come to his empty house. Eventually, they just watched rap videos and talked about the Super Bowl as they got acquainted with one another, I think you could say. All right, a couple other things on the ashes front. I'm telling you, it's very, very surprising to me how many people chimed in on this. Here is a video dispatch. Let's see. Oh.
My wife passed away in 2016.
Hard to hear you.
She passed away. She was cremated. My kids and I decided that we want to go up to this place in the mountains called Pretty Place. Pretty Place is like a chapel, outdoor chapel that's up on top of a mountain. It's got a really nice cross out there and everything. So we go up there, and my daughter brings her ashes up there. Well, my daughter decides she wants to throw her mother's ashes off the Pretty Place, which is kind of majestic. But there's a lot of people out there, and she goes over to the side, around the side where no one is, and she throws them, and then carries all of her ashes to the crowd of people that were standing and looking at Pretty Place. We heard, I think I told the story before, but we heard someone say, "Oh my God, what is that?" But yeah, it was, I said, "Girls, let's go, please, now."
Yeah, please. Let's get, come on. Get the rest of the ashes. Let's get the hell out of here. Just a bad idea all the way around. One more on this front. Here's Missy. Okay.
Hey, news junkies.
Hey.
My sister and I took my father's ashes and mixed it with some Quickcrete in a square planter box.
I like this.
Let him set, and then we took him out to Stark Lake in Ocoee and threw him in.
Oh, she turned him into
Have a great day, junkies.
like concrete first?
Like a weight?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. All right. That's better. It's not going to blow back in anybody's face like happened at the Daytona 500. I mean, that seems like a more responsible thing to do. Here's just one more.
Happy day, News Junkie crew.
Hey.
So you're talking about ashes. My mom was cremated when she passed from brain cancer back last August.
Oh, sorry, man.
Since then, we have spread some of her ashes at Cocoa Beach, Rainbow River, and Wickiwachi River. And I will be in Daytona for the race in August, and I plan on leaving some. I'm not going to do like them other fools did and try to throw it in front of the cars.
You heard the same thing I did.
Somewhere on that area will be some of her ashes. I went to probably 8 races with her. She loved NASCAR. And that's all I got to say about that.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate the dispatch. If you're going to do it, just don't make it so other people are eating the ashes of your friends or family members, and be responsible, please. There's so many people that do this stuff. I gave the example of Disney World and the Haunted Mansion ride. They had to literally ban it. They had to tell you, like, you can't just come here and toss some ashes.
That's the problem with that is people want to do it anyway. They want to just kind of go rogue. So it's like Disney World almost,
challenge accepted.
It's a slippery slope, but they almost should have like a way.
Yeah.
Like here, throw the ashes in this receptacle.
The problem is, though, when you do this, if you go after the person who did it, it's like they lost somebody. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you punish them, people are going to go, "Oh my God, how could you do this? This person's just a nice person. They had a loss in their family. Why would you do it?" It seems mean that you're going after them, but you shouldn't be doing this. You just be responsible with it, for God's sake. One of the other things going mega viral over the weekend, perhaps one of the worst interview back and forths I've ever seen. Let me see if I can bring this up here. I don't have the clip in front of me, but I can get it. Former President Barack Obama was asked about aliens. All right. He sat down with some guy. Brian Tyler Cohen is his name. And the former President Obama is sitting down with him. And the guy asks a question, which is a good question to ask anybody that was at the level of being president of the United States of America. And the guy says, "Hey, aliens, real or no? You're the guy. You were the president. You were in the White House. Real or no?" And Obama says yes, and then moves past it. And the guy has no follow-up questions.
Okay.
Like, Obama said yes. He said yes that there's aliens. And then the guy's just like, move along. Here's the clip that is just skyrocketed.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the president of the United States.
Maybe.
What was the first question you wanted answered when you became president?
Where are the aliens?
Yeah. So he asked him as a follow-up, what was the first question you wanted to answer? He's like, the aliens thing. But he did say that aliens are real, right? At the beginning.
Baby.
He's like, aliens are real, but they're not at Area 51.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51.
So he said they're real, although he
But
said
I haven't seen
them.
Right.
Yeah, he says, I haven't seen them. And Obama clarified after this interview went viral, saying, I was trying to stick with the spirit of the speed round of questions, but since it's gotten attention, let me clarify. Statistically, the universe is so vast that the odds are good that there's life out there. But the distances between solar systems are so great that the chances we've been visited by aliens is low. And I saw no evidence during my presidency that extraterrestrials have made contact with us. That's the former President Obama.
Now, riddle me this, because there's obviously top secret classified security levels in which there's information that the president sees. But they are sworn to that secrecy for a lifetime, are they not? Are there repercussions if he wants to be like, I'll tell you everything I saw?
Yeah, what would they do to Obama if he really...
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, or maybe he's just respecting it, but there are some secrets he can't just say as far as aliens go.
Well, he's saying if there are aliens that are secretly kept by the United States, then the conspiracy is so big that they're keeping the conspiracy also from the president of the United States of America. And his whole bit about, the universe is expansive, I think he's right about that. I mean, I think this is just obvious stuff. Like, there has to be something else out there. We can't be the only creatures that are around here. Although I do find myself, I was driving around this weekend and I was like, Jesus, the arguments for there being a God grow in front of me all the time. The arguments of like seeing that we just had a cold snap and a lot of the bushes and trees have been hit really hard. And then the weather that follows is wind to blow out all the dead shrubbery and leaves, followed by rain to wash the plants with some water and bring them back around again. And I'm just like, wow, all of this is just perfect in so many ways. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just because the happenstance of us living here means all of that stuff worked out. I think he's probably right. I think there's probably other people out there. I don't know what they look like, but I'd like to see them.
I don't know that they would look like people. Story. I think we're going to be very disappointed because they'll be like, we found alien life forms. Like,
it's like a pool of water or something.
They look like Yorkies.
Tiny single-celled amoebas that do nothing.
Yeah. Or it could be something like there's a new movie coming out with Ryan Gosling, that real ugly dude in Hollywood. Mr. Gosling is in a movie coming out. I read the book of this. Look that up. What's the name of the movie again? I forgot. But
The Notebook.
No, it's not The Notebook. Alien Edition. It's about Ryan Gosling being this space traveler, and he goes way out into space to do some stuff that I'll leave for the movie.
It's not. Is it Star Wars Starfighter?
No.
Oh, Hail Mary?
Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary is the name of the book. I read it probably a year or two ago. And Ryan Gosling is in this. It's coming out this year. And he ends up encountering an alien while he's out in space. And you're thinking, oh, alien. A person, maybe their sizes are different. Maybe they're taller or smaller. Maybe they have a weird almond-shaped head. Who knows? But the alien in that story was some spider-like creature that he had to learn to try to communicate with. And it makes you think about all that. Like, if we did encounter aliens, now we have to bridge a communication gap with them. Oh, I hope so. I hope we get that. I hope we get that story in my lifetime. Please, it would be so interesting. All right, we're going to hear from you. Send in your dispatches, your emails. Lots of people talking about ashes. We'll talk about ashes. We'll talk about aliens. We'll talk about the updates in the Nancy Guthrie case. We'll talk about, of course, this hockey shooting that went down in Rhode Island over the weekend with the shocking footage of that and so much more. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Sure, AI is smart, but can it spill coffee on a control board? Didn't think so. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.
Hello.
Working on getting that cleared. Stop and go traffic, Florida Turnpike northbound as well between Clay Wally and Osceola Parkway. Accident blocking the shoulder. I-4 eastbound before the beach line. See traffic trouble.
Stand by.
Traveling instant oil change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
Okay.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Medical.
All right, folks. Share the show Tuesday. We're getting geared up for the next episode here momentarily. I hope you're doing okay.
Up to $500
Another short video for you Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube short followers on the way. Tanya says, I'm ready for busy season to be over. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Don't forget about our goals for the week. We're looking for Secret Show subscriptions. 30 on the week is the goal. We're looking for 30 YouTube subs and 20 over on Twitch. Let me know if I miss anything so I can remove it from the list so we see if we can unlock another bonus stream this week. You can gift secret shows over at thenewsjunkie.com. Hit that gift icon on the website. Spread the word and knock down those goals.
Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation.
A chick named Woody says, tired of the Guthrie case. It's kind of at a standstill. And that's why obviously it's not on the front burner. I'll probably use jury duty just to give you all the tidbits. Like, here's everything you missed. Okay, on to the next one. Because it is an unbelievable story, but there hasn't been much actual progress, and noticeable progress. We have no idea where Nancy Guthrie is, if she's still alive. I think every day that goes by, that becomes a little less likely, obviously. But, yeah, update on that. Anything you might have missed coming up in jury duty.
Interest rates are coming down, as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. If you've been thinking about a new Kia, this is your moment. Greenway Kia offers financing options designed to work with today's lower rates, even if your credit isn't perfect. Shop one of the area's largest Kia inventories online.
Thank you to Sean Patrick's Day for the gifted Secret Show sub. Look at you go. We're knocking down things already. Somebody can claim that over on the website, and that brings our Secret Shows goal down to 29 to unlock the bonus stream for this week. Thank you, Sean Patrick's Day. Shouts out to you, Fred. Twitch, don't forget, if you got some activity over there at any point during this week toward the goal, don't let me miss it. I want to make sure everybody's getting credit for everything. I'd rather talk about Casey Anthony being pregnant. I haven't heard anything about this. Is that fake news? SPD, yeah. I think 2 Twitch subs went through yesterday. Oh, it's not going to count toward it. We still got 20 to go on the Twitch goal. Gifted subs or subscriptions. Resubs or new subs all count toward the goal. Couple of minutes and we're back live on the show. Cat Butthole says, Aziz Ansari just landed a cashier job at Publix. Wouldn't that be awkward for me? This is in the bonus stream from yesterday. Sean, will you wear Crocs tomorrow if we meet the Twitch goal today? No. That's a hard no for me. Sorry, not doing it. Stand by.
Spirit will always be alive and well at IDC, and his other family members carry on his legacy. His voice, his teachings, his vision will continue to guide us in the
Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and we're back. Do all the goals have to be reached, Sean, or just one of the 3? All the goals have to be reached to unlock the bonus show. However, if there's extras on anything, it'll count toward the other stuff. There are videos posted online on TikTok mainly that Casey Anthony is pregnant. Well, forgive me if I don't just trust TikTok videos at the moment. I mean, I wouldn't put it out of the equation entirely. Like, there is a man out there, a bunch of them, millions of them probably, that would be willing to impregnate Casey Anthony. Why? I don't know. It always blows my mind. But there are guys who will do it. There are guys who will do it. That gifted sub has been claimed over at thenewsjunkie.com. Congrats to whoever got that. Josh is a suspect? What, from Casey Anthony? Maybe. 1 minute, we're coming back. All right, folks. Make sure you are subscribed if you're on the channel right now. We've got some updates coming at you in just a second. I want to talk about this Scream documentary because C-Lane finally saw it. Then we got the next episode, and then in the second half of the show, we'll kick into some more controversial stuff. A lot of things to go over on a Share the Show Tuesday. R. Willie says, I watched the studio tour video from 4 years ago. What a change. Yeah, I'm going to look at that after the show. Yeah, always trying to improve things, and it's stuff like your gifted subs that help that happen, so thank you.
American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Michigan natives Madison Chalk and Evan Bates are the undisputed leaders of American ice dance. As reigning world champions, they arrive in Milano Cortina with a reputation for storytelling and seamless chemistry that captivates judges and fans alike. After years of climbing the ranks, the duo is poised to cap their illustrious careers with the ultimate prize. They take the ice with one goal, bringing Olympic gold home. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This
with the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. That's right. That's what we do around here. Forget about the same three songs over and over and over. Hang out with us. Learn more about the show at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, lots to get into as the show rolls on. I think C-Lane said he ended up watching that docu-series I was talking about, the Scream Murders.
Yeah.
Something, huh?
What was the name of that again? Like Scream Murders something. Hold on, I'll look it up. It's called The Scream Murder, a true teen horror story.
Which, by the way,
is on Hulu.
They didn't seem as obsessed with Scream, the actual Scream franchise, as they just did with horror in general. Like, there was only one little part where you see in the background of the video that they're watching Scream.
Yes, and they did wear masks in the killing of this person.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they were trying to like make it stick to something at the time, so they called it The Scream Murder.
It was very well done. I think like the documentary, it's weird to say well written because it's about a true story, so they didn't write it. But it's formatted and presented in a great way, and just crazy that they would put that stuff on video.
The Falling Hole on YouTube says the Scream Murder was not great. Yeah, I hard disagree. It's all about story and then footage in a case like this. And for the Scream Murder series on Hulu, they had such unbelievable footage. They had like the guys who were responsible for this were taking their cameras around the school, and most people weren't filming stuff like this, and they were filming people all around their school, and they were filming themselves. And I won't get into all of the stuff that they got into, but when you saw that video, like C-Lane said, when they end episode 1 and they go, and we found the video.
Yeah, there's sort of like a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, and then they start playing the video, and you're watching like, oh my God, what are these guys up to? And then it brings in a really interesting argument in the final piece of the puzzle, which is like, if somebody is a teenager, 16 years old or so, and they commit a crime like this, should the rest of their lives be tossed away? And they make a whole bunch of different arguments for, for and against why that should be happening. But it's like kind of impossible sometimes for me to get past all the terrible things that these people did. Like, if you take somebody's life away from them, even if you're 16 years old, I think you should suffer the consequences of that. And some of these people who have done this have been in jail for a very long time. I'm not saying if you're a 16-year-old and you get caught up in a story like this and you kill somebody, like a death penalty automatically. I'm not even into that stuff. But I do think you should serve a very significant amount of time. And we have far too lenient sentences in so many of these cases. So
well, I mean, I guess
like,
what they landed
what about
on,
their whole life is thrown away. Like, okay, what about the person that they killed?
Yeah,
Exactly.
guess who else's life is all not thrown away, but it's not there.
There was something that I found very interesting, though, and I think I would assume that we could all attest to it, that your mind does change significantly between the ages of 16 and 36.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
they're saying that 16 or, teenagers, especially folks like those two, did not, their brain does not process what the consequences truly are, what killing is.
I thought he was going back to school.
I think a 16-year-old, just the average 16-year-old, knows full well what killing somebody is. And these particular teens in the Scream murder wanted to do it because it excited them. Like, it literally excited them. It's the worst kind of horrific thing that you could do. And in that case, when you know what you're doing, you're depriving somebody else of life, and their family members never get to see them again. When you come whining about it, like, wah, afterwards, like, oh no, 30 years in prison or life in prison. I mean, it's just like, hey, you killed somebody. That's how it goes. I'm not going to feel bad for you afterwards. I didn't watch Ghislaine Maxwell just completely and utterly melting down in her prison cell, wandering around because she couldn't take the idleness of prison. I didn't feel bad because this is what you have to do. Like, when people do stuff like this, they have to face the consequences, even if they're 16 years old, as they were in this case. But check it out. I think it was pretty enjoyable. And the footage was interesting.
Speaking of Ghislaine Maxwell, or Ghislaine, or however you say her name, I've been seeing a lot of posts and stuff about this Wasserman dude. I think it was Wasserman that he had the talent agency. And
with a bunch of people.
And a lot of the bands have started. He is stepping down from the talent agency, but
selling the whole thing. He's selling his whole talent agency.
A lot of the bands that were represented by them were starting to back off and drop out. I saw last week while we were finishing up the show, Dispatch was one of the bands that said we're going to part ways with this, because we don't like the situation. And I read into, I think this was the guy that I read into, and I saw the emails that he was, sending back and forth with Ghislaine Maxwell. And I was like, this sounds like he's flirting with her.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of people who are either aiming things directly at her as opposed to Epstein, or, more, there's a lot of weird stuff in there.
But I go, if he didn't know anything else that was going on, maybe he did. Who knows what the timeline was. But I was just like, here are the salacious emails he sent. And I was like, these have nothing to do with kids. Yeah. Unless I'm reading the wrong thing here. But this is just you flirting with a really, really extremely bad person.
But it's like you said way back when it comes to this. At this point, it's so filthy, this story, and so bad that anybody even attached to it, you can't explain your way out. Maybe you should be able to. I'm not saying that you shouldn't.
I think Jon Stewart's going to be okay.
Yeah, Jon Stewart was mentioning him, but that one wasn't necessarily his fault.
No.
It was just a mention in passing kind of thing. But there is a growing list of people who have stepped down from their jobs as a result of being it. Those are the only people. Nobody arrested, no charges, no nothing, with all the stuff going on and all of the claims that have been made over these Epstein files. But there are a handful of people who have lost their jobs in the last couple of days. So, geez, how are they ever going to survive? Just very, very tough times for them. Okay. One other thing I wanted to get into real quick. Let's see. We don't have time for a couple of these. We have the next episode coming up in just a bit. I did see, and I wanted to address this because I think it's funny. Even to this day, I see every company on social media in the food world trying to emulate the Wendy's account. They all try to emulate the Wendy's voice. Denny's has been hard on this in the last couple of months in particular.
Is it possible? And I mean, would they even do this? Like, say Denny's sees what Wendy's is doing and says, I want to emulate that.
Mm-hmm.
They could hire the same marketing firm and say, give us the same thing you're doing with Wendy's. I mean,
I guess so.
Would they have any obligation to Wendy's to not do that? Because it would sort of kind of
depends on what their deal
water
is.
down the whole idea.
This post got 2.5 million views. This is Denny's trying to like channel that whole Wendy's vibe on social media. And Denny's said on Valentine's Day, "We love you, but do not bring your girl here today." Right? They're like really trying to get this sort of like this voice that Wendy's has. And as I see this, I'm going, do the people who run these establishments not know what's going on at Wendy's? Like, Wendy's is in free fall. Wendy's is cratering right now. And there's still companies like, we should really try to emulate the voice that they use on social media. Well, I don't know if it's solely responsible for their failure, although the timing lines up pretty nicely. But
having some viral tweets is not going to be the life raft for your business that you think it could be.
Well, because they're falling apart. Wendy's had to announce on yesterday. Yesterday it came out. Wendy's is closing hundreds of restaurants this year. Hundreds of restaurants. And what their interim CEO, Ken Cook, calls a rebuilding year, is his quote. And that's the thing that's still emulated by all these people. You can push the timeline and see that hasn't worked. I don't think people I think people think it's funny on social media and people like how clever it is, but I don't think it works. I don't think people understand social media advertising enough to realize this. They're like, just because something gets attention doesn't mean it's going to put asses in seats and bring people into Wendy's. Wendy's is cratering. They're falling apart. They're floundering. And Denny's is like, we should be like them. Good luck. Good luck, man.
I mean, I just think it's like you read some of their tweets and go, that's funny. I'm going to follow them. It's not, that's funny. I'm going to go get a Dave's Jr., Dave's single or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Or a Grand Slam at Denny's. Most people don't react that way, but we've confused attention with good marketing. Those two are not always one and the same. Sometimes you can get a windfall of attention and it doesn't equal anything good for your business. So they're patting themselves on the back, but now they're just absolutely floundering out there.
What they should be trying to emulate is whatever happened with Popeyes and that damn chicken sandwich a couple years ago that people were getting shot over.
That was wild. It got so wild that they wanted to tamp it down. They were like, there's too much excitement for our chicken sandwich right now. Literally, people dying. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? The Grim Reaper had a field day over the weekend, and the FCC has released their review of the Super Bowl field. Shia LaBeouf is taking Carpe and adding so much DM, as well as a ban from New Orleans bars and an overnight in jail. Plus, Ray J's on tour, and his eyes are apparently on pour, blood style. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio. Olympics update.
3 Americans start their bids for individual.
Hello. Go Mike activated. Welcome behind the scenes. Big ups. Huge ups to Bobby B. Bobby B with the 2 gifted subs to secret shows. You can go grab those if you're interested. over on the newsjunkie.com. Oh, you're back? Yeah. How are you back so fast?
Because I know the grocery store very, very well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're very familiar with the grocery store layout.
Yeah.
How much did it cost?
$1.99.
$1.99? Are you out of your mind?
No.
Did you get anything good?
I got you insoles.
Insoles for my shoes? Cool. I mean, I need that one, even though that's like a nerdy thing. All right, see you later. There she goes. There she goes.
Noble Gold Investments can help. Noble Gold helps investors protect their portfolios with physical gold and silver. Download your free wealth protection kit at noblegoldinvestments.com before it's too late. noblegoldinvestments.com.
Thank you to Bobby B. Let's take a look. Goals now. Secret shows subscriptions. We need 27 more to hit the goal. YouTube, just because you guys are really dragging ass over there, only need 30 subs to get to your goal. And then on Twitch, just 20 subs over on Twitch, gifted or otherwise, will get us to our goal and unlock a bonus stream this week. Thank you. Would you like the stream? Like the stream if you're over on YouTube. My favorite thing on the old Wendy's buffet was the nachos. Wendy's had nachos on the buffet. I remember a salad buffet. And a lot of people like to think that the salad buffet died because of COVID. That is not my recall on the salad buffet. My recall is gross human beings brought about the death of the salad bar at many of these places. Disgusting, vile, degenerate losers. Antisocial goons brought about the end of the salad bar. Because we had one at school, and I remember there was always rumors about kids spitting in the salad bar, flicking boogers in there. You go to Wendy's and people would be like messing with it and you never could trust it. That's what I think was the death of the salad. It's gross. 2 minutes and we're back live on the show with the next episode. I want Sweet Tomatoes to come back. So does Courtney. And I actually heard some buzz that there was something to that. Like Sweet Tomatoes might be making a comeback. The Courtney stream was good. Thank you. Thank you. That was a good time. That was fun. I think I'll keep her on. We'll keep her around for a little while, this Courtney lady. Jason says gross. Yeah, of course gross. Of course that's gross. But that's why most people want to eat at those things. You only go to a buffet if it's like a more expensive buffet. Because the cheaper the buffet is, the less filtering of clientele that they do. And then these animals just come in. And the animals are like, they're flicking their boogers and spitting on stuff and knocking stuff over. Weirdos. They ruin everything. They ruin everything. All right, we're coming back up. They are reopening Sweet Tomatoes? I thought I heard something like that.
Thanks to multiple start dates,
Sweet Tomatoes is coming back from Fort Myers. Nice.
You bring the ambition,
nice.
Help you build the future. Learn more at
All right, folks, we're coming back right now. And then in the second half of the show, we bust it wide open. All right, here we go.
Takes home the 2026 iHeart Podcast Awards Podcast of the Year by voting at iHeartPodcastAwards.com now through February 22nd. See all the nominees and place your vote at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one easy app. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. We'll see what the hell's happening with Shia LaBeouf for Fat Tuesday. I don't know what he's up to.
I just printed out an update. A lot.
Shia LaBeouf, drunk in New Orleans? Question mark. We'll find out in the next episode here in just a bit. Also, email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to more of those. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top. Whole second half of the show coming up for most of you momentarily. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com. That's his website. That's where you start the process of maybe changing your life. Maybe buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, refinancing the home you own, starting a business, or expanding that business. But the most important part is you're working with someone who's got your back, an expert and a friend that you can trust. And peace of mind is right there at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
30 years ago, 1996, world chess champion Garry Kasparov claimed victory on this day in his 6-game match against an IBM supercomputer named what? 12 points.
Watson.
No.
Blue. Something.
Damn it.
Yes, I'll give you 6 points. Deep Blue.
Watson was the damn Jeopardy one.
He had won 4 games and tied one, and he'd lost their first game a week earlier. But the best thing to come out of this was this damn chess song that Elaine just sent to me. Thank you.
Pawn goes up, pawn goes down, pawn goes down. Tiny king, tiny crown. Knight go hop, bishop slide, queen like move aside. Chess, chess. Uh-oh, didn't see that coming though.
That's
You're welcome,
catchy. That'll
chess.
stick in there.
Yeah, I hope it is in your brains next time you play chess. Someone not playing chess anymore, unfortunately, Robert Duvall.
Oh.
Passed away over the weekend, 95 years old. Films include The Godfather 1 and 2, Apocalypse Now, Days of Thunder, Colors, and the miniseries Lonesome Dove. And now he's with all the other doves in the sky.
Yeah, Days of Thunder is the one I remember him from in particular.
For sure. Huge fan.
That's with
Underdog.
Tom Cruise. You don't know that one? Yeah.
Oh, I'm not. I do know Godfather 1 and 2, Apocalypse Now. Colors I'm not familiar with. He was in MASH as well, Gone in 60 Seconds. Now it's just gone over a weekend.
Oh.
May he rest in peace. And joining him up in heaven, songwriter Billy Steinberg, who died at the age of 75.
Damn.
Familiar with him?
No.
You may be familiar with some of his works. His family said his lyrics often began as deeply personal reflections, transformed into anthems in which millions found themselves, much like this song.
Like a virgin, yeah.
He was one of the writers on that, as well as True Colors and Eternal Flame. And now...
Oh, he wrote a lot of hits.
Yeah, big time. Celine Dion's Falling Into You, big part of that 1996 album.
I don't know that one.
Falling into you. Just.
Wasn't,
I don't know that
wasn't that the album, though? What songs were on it?
It was like the album.
Oh, okay.
I don't have it in front of me, but you know.
All right.
The album. And now let's go into more modern music, and we finally have the results of, so you think you can file an FCC complaint against Bad Bunny.
Ooh.
The FCC.
He's in big trouble.
See you later.
You've been a very bad bunny. Bad bunny.
Back to Puerto Rico with his bad self. The FCC investigated. They've released the review, and drum roll, please, they found nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing that violated its rules pertaining to profanity and obscenity.
Poor Randy Fine.
And all the several congressional Republicans that called for an FCC probe. He done been probed, and boom, nothing found. Except for...
It's a bunch of boomers getting heated about this because I told you, like, immediately there would have been clips. Like, the clips would have been there. It was broadcast in front of over 100 million people. There would have been clips of people going, here he is cursing in Spanish, and that's a FCC violation.
Like they didn't think about it before. Come on. Now, what we did see a big spike in is an increase to flight searches to Puerto Rico.
Interesting.
A whopping 245% in the days since the halftime show of the big game.
Man.
How
These days.
expensive? What do you think?
For one of the nice San Juan resorts, it's real. Like, the flight's not that bad, and it's a shortish flight for most people on the East Coast. But there's like, you want to get a nice resort in San Juan, super safe place. It could be like $600 a night, $500 a night for a lot of the really nice spots. It sucks.
Or you just, we have a lot of wonderful Puerto Rican listeners.
Do
we
we?
could just stay at their families' houses. Have an extra spot for us. And since we're still, it's still happening, my friends. The Olympics.
Yeah.
Lots of drama with Canada.
I did not see much Olympics at all.
There was a finger and curse words. But this is not what I speak of. I do want to speak of Dominic Paris, the lead singer of Italian metal band Rise to Voltage, who put down the screaming and put on some skis and got himself some medals in the 2026
Good for him.
Alpine skiing men's downhill event in Italy. 36-year-old nickname is King of Bormio, and now he's King of the Slopes. I've never heard of the band, but very exciting for him. And,
did you guys see the clip this weekend of some dude? It was like an Israeli dude who was, I think he was doing the bobsled. And as the commentator was talking during the bobsled thing, he was the whole, the bobsled's twisting and turning through this whole track. And the whole time the commentator's like, here's some comments he made about the genocide in Gaza. And he's
really?
He said this is the most, and the whole thing was about how the bobsled guy from Israel
Feel the rhythm.
had made comments about Gaza. And
Is
the
that
whole
the time?
I don't know, the whole route, it twists and turns. Like, he's an out Zionist, he's a proud, and I'm like, what the hell?
All right.
I thought this was the Olympics. What's happening here?
Tell me about it. Because we're not qualified, and I'm sorry to say it, but we are not qualified to be in the Olympics. But I'll be damned if we're not qualified for Mardi Gras, baby.
Yeah.
Wish I could say the same for Shia LaBeouf, and maybe, there's a lot more to get into, and unfortunately I'm running out of time, but Shia had himself a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It started out with he's out partying, and then headlines turn into he's terrorizing New Orleans during Mardi Gras. And the latest, fresh off the press here at HQ, he punched a bar employee and was held down before being arrested and sent to jail in New Orleans. That's not
one of the pictures they have of him arrested. Like, you could tell he's looking right at the person taking the picture.
He's
like, ugh.
Tell me that it's for a role. Tell me that he's going to be in a new movie and it's all a character.
I got a couple of these. Is this TMZ one censored?
I hope so.
He's on the streets. He's got a wacky hat on.
Just by himself?
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf with like a toilet paper roll on his helmet or something. He's rubbing on some lady's back.
Touching random people.
He's got a beer in his hand.
All right. So from far away.
All right, yeah. He's just kind of circling the crowd there.
And then I believe I sent you the arrest footage.
Okay. The other one that I have says arrest hospital.
Oh, he went to the hospital too.
Shia LaBeouf taken to hospital following arrest in New Orleans.
Guys, this is insane. Shia LaBeouf is in the ambulance. I don't want him to get mad and crash out on me.
That's it.
Oh, cool.
There he is. There he is in there. I have this. I don't know if this is going to help us at all. I'm going to mute it. But I guess this is him outside of one of the bars after he got kicked out. And there was like some sort of fight. Shia LaBeouf right there. Somebody's pushing him on the streets. I don't know. It's not looking good.
Someone do the math, but I feel like there is a particular amount of years between him being chill and stuff like this happening.
Yeah.
Because it's always outside bar. He's by himself. He's louder than everyone else, according to witnesses. And he found himself in just one weekend banned, barred, and in handcuffs, and I guess a little bit of hospital
Do you
treatment.
think maybe he did have friends with him, and then he just started going full Shia, and they were like, bye?
God, what a mess. All right.
And then I'll leave you with this because it's Mardi Gras related. Please welcome, I didn't even know this was a thing, the Aussie Parade in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
I was there a couple years ago for the Chewbacca Parade, right before
You know,
Fat
they've got a
Tuesday.
lot of parades.
And now we've got the Aussie one, and I sent you the picture
Yeah,
of
look at
all
these
the
guys.
Aussies in one crazy train.
They're all wearing the same Aussie shirt.
I bet it smells in the middle of that.
That looks a lot more fun than that festival that I accidentally went to in Key West one time. That was
Balloon
everybody
Fest?
was dressed with as Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah. Rage.
That is cool.
On the boob tube, we have the Olympic Winter Games, the streaming premiere of the SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants. That's exciting. Star Search, Episode 9 on Netflix, 1 hour special, John and Carolyn Love, Beauty, and Loss on ABC, and you can catch Caitlin Collins on Colbert. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram, at Sabrina Amber, but most importantly, stay with me.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we'll get into your emails. Lots of you are reaching out to the show today. Also, I've got some updates, and I know some people are like, well, I'm over this whole thing. What's happening with this Nancy Guthrie story? There's a whole bunch that has developed over the weekend. So in case you missed it, we'll get to that in this next hour. And Stephen Colbert is really mad, and the whole thing kind of involves the show and iHeart in a weird way. So we'll get into what's going on with that drama, because that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Get ready for high-flying.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes. Go like activated. Rob emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and he says, is Jesse Jackson's death not newsworthy? Hadn't heard you mention it. Keep up the work, Rob. Jesse Jackson died. There you go.
This report is sponsored by
There you go. Jesse Jackson died.
feels like a whip with straight top wireless.
King of Hymietown.
Now that's a good deal. No
Friend of Louis Farrakhan. I'm sure we'll get that in all the stories.
prices exclusively at Walmart and StreetDoc.com.
2026, we're just 2 months in. That means you have plenty of time to build a new you. Perhaps get yourself a new home. Most importantly,
You ever try to send somebody a file, and then there's just like a lot of issues in doing that? I was trying to send somebody at iHeart a file, and then iHeart like blocked the link I sent, but the link's too big to attach. And then they go, record it over here on this website that iHeart has. That website, of course, doesn't work. Send space doesn't work as a link to send because corporate's like, we can't do this. And then they clear that website so that the person can click it, and then they go, just a mess.
get a quote or get a free analysis of your existing quote.
Just a mess.
Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind.
Gotta zip it? Yeah, I mean, I can zip it all I want, but I can't send it to him because then the site where I send it is going to be blocked if he's on iHeart Internet. We'll see. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says Jesse Jackson was a good dude for the most part. Yeah, I mean, to each their own. I think he was a divisive character who, it's funny when some people die, the write-ups they get and the headlines include like their biggest controversies, and then somebody like Jesse Jackson, it's like civil rights. No controversies will be included in like the first 5 paragraphs. WeShare for sharing files. I've tried that too. And it's a person at iHeart that I'm trying to send it to. Sounding more and more like you're not signing that new contract? I don't know. I had another meeting last week about contract. I will tell you, iHeart is expressing interest in doing a deal. But I don't know. I have no new thoughts on it at the moment. As of right now, we'll see. Neil says he was a troublemaker. Be careful what you say. He's probably looking up at us now. All right, a couple minutes and we're back live on the show. We'll get all these Nancy Guthrie updates worked in. Oh, come on, you'll get another contract? I know you will. It's not that I can't get another contract. They've already told me that they're interested in doing another contract with me. It's just that there are a lot of other issues that I can't really talk about here for various reasons. And I'm also at this fork in the road where I go, where do I think all of this is going? You know? If I want them to put the show on all these stations, here's a little inside info. Okay? From me to you. A little inside info from me to you. If I say, hey, I want you to put us on more stations, the stations that are like our home station, Real Radio 104.1, there are only so many of them in the United States of America. And the show has been on or is on currently all of them, except for like one or two that are owned by other companies, including The Bone in Tampa. That's a similar format. But that's a competitor. It ain't gonna, that ain't happening. So for iHeart, the reach via format is sort of limited unless they wanted to take the show, which I've pushed for a long time. Take the show. You got thousands of these AM, FM news talk stations, and put something edgier on at night. Just take 3 hours of the show, 4 hours of the show, put it on every night on all these AM, FM news talk stations, and run something a little edgier running up into like coast to coast. There's a hesitation there because the audience is resistant on those formats to anything that's not like, a particular stripe of talk. But that's one of the issues. Radio is dying, jump ship. Tom and Dan could use a third mic. Tom and Dan and Sean. I don't know if that's going to happen. All right, we got 1 minute. 1 minute. Here we go. We're coming back live now. All right, here we go.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor for 188 NCL Cruise. Norwegian Cruise Line ships purchased through Bahamas and USA.
Coming back now.
Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor for 1888 NCL Cruise. Norwegian Cruise Line ships purchased through the Bahamas and USA.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Live from from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Oh, boy. Let me tell you something. Team Canada, at least on the curling side of things, might as well just pack it up. All right? Get out of here.
Bye.
The Team Canada curling controversy is kind of crazy, actually, and it's exploded into a bigger story. I had a mini rundown on this, and I'll take a look at it here. But if you haven't been paying attention, in the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics right now, there's been a huge controversy in both the men's and the women's curling world, which I was thinking about that, and I was like, why is that a sport where they separate the men and the women? It seems like you could have a pretty even playing field. Like,
I thought I saw that they did have men and women on the same team. Do they have like a mixed curling?
I don't know if they have mixed, but I know that the men's and women's, that's where I'm getting this from, both have had cheating controversy issues with curling in the Olympics.
Canada, come on.
And here's the rundown. At the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympics, the sport of curling, traditionally known for its sportsmanship and precision, became the center of a heated controversy involving the Canadian men's and women's team.
Sorry.
Allegations of rule violations, specifically double touching the curling stone.
Oh, no.
Led to tense exchanges between athletes, official interventions, and widespread media attention.
Okay, they have men's, women's, and mixed doubles. So
they do? Okay. Yeah. Interesting. They do have a mixed version of it. This happened on February 13th was the beginning of this. During a men's round-robin match between Canada and Sweden, Swedish curler Oscar Eriksson accused Canadian third Mark Kennedy of double touching the stone. That means in curling, when they slide that stone, well, if you are trying to slow it down or move it in another direction, you can use the brush and stuff by it.
And they're screaming.
You can't touch it. You cannot touch it. And the Canadians keep cheating and touching it. And they were planning on this. The Swedish team was like, I know the Canadians are cheaters. They're cheaters. So they've set up a camera to catch the Canadians cheating, and they did.
Isn't that camera already there? Like, you think that this would be the easiest thing to catch somebody doing, touching the stone again? Like, it's almost like a foul in bowling. You know, you step over that little line. There's cameras for that.
Well, they have cameras, but they were aware of where the cameras were, and they were kind of hiding where they were double touching. And so the Swedes said, let's set up a camera to catch them that they're not angling for, and they caught him doing it. And when they called out the Canadians, this Canadian guy starts cursing. He starts cursing up a storm. He's like, I haven't done it. You can F off. And the World Curling Organization issued a verbal warning to Kennedy for inappropriate language during the incident. He got in trouble for that more than the cheating, which is hilarious. In a women's match against Switzerland, Canadian skip Rachel Homan was penalized for double touching a stone.
Jesus.
The Canadians are cheaters. They're cheaters in curling. The umpire removed the stone from play, a decision Homan contested, saying, I don't understand the call. I've never understood it. We've never done that. World Curling clarified the rules on Sunday, saying during forward motion, touching the granite of the stone is not allowed. This will result in the stone being removed from play. But that's what they kept doing. They kept touching it, like slowing it down, trying to stop it. You cannot do that. And the Canadians have been cheating at this, so much so that the other teams are aware of it and watching them. This is supposed to be a gentleman's game.
Yeah.
It's curling, for God's sake.
I mean, I get the reason to want to cheat, but I don't think I would feel as accomplished. You know?
You're not in the curling world. But I do love that after all of these years, that there's finally some drama. And on top of that, like audio of this guy cursing on live television.
I'll tell you, the drama wasn't even just isolated to that, Sabrina. I was watching a little of the inside speed skating last night. And the strategy appears to be this. In each race, you have like 4 or 5 people who line up and they got that little oval track inside and they speed skate and they like, cut real close in the corners, like looping around. And almost everyone I saw, one of the competitors would slip and trip and knock everybody else out. And then the last person standing would just skate across on his own and would just finish all by themselves and scoot in for the win. And I was like, I don't know if this is orchestrated or not, but almost all of these different events that I'm seeing happen with this indoor skating or speed skating, everybody falls except for one person. And then they just keep going around and then boom, they get an easy win.
Did you see the guy who got knocked right in the penis?
No.
With
and
the,
what sport?
Hands off my penis!
Alpine, or whatever. It's very fast downhill. I'll tell you that much. And the guy was doing great, took a curve, and you could hear it audibly, despite how far away that camera and microphone was, of him getting smacked so hard in his groin. And then, of course, the anchors are like, if you're a man, you could feel it. We've got some drama here. I am loving the Winter Olympics so far, I'll tell you that.
I watched a very nerdy video over the weekend of how they produce a lot of that Winter Olympics footage and stuff.
Yeah.
The announcers are in Stamford, Connecticut.
What?
At the NBC Sports Building.
They're just watching it on TV.
Like they have, you said like the camera and microphones are so far away. They have so many microphones like everywhere around the place. But it's all sent back to Connecticut at the NBC Sports Building, like 4,000
with enough
tracks of audio in real time.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I told you guys about the one where the Israeli bobsledder went around, and the entire time the commentator was just like, I'll give you some of this. Hang on.
Hang on the wall.
The bobsled is going around this entire time, and they're like, "This is genocide is used by the UN Commission."
Okay.
The whole time, the entire time that they were going on their bobsled run, the commentator was just talking about the fact that this person was controversial in their statements about like Gaza, and then they slid into the end, and so that was another thing that was getting some attention from the news coverage and the Olympics coverage as well. Okay, the other thing, I teased this before the break, but Stephen Colbert, who's on the way out, I don't know how many months he has left, but
I think end of May.
Yeah, a couple of months left, handful of months left for Stephen Colbert on CBS. And then they said, look, the show's too expensive. We're just going to have to sunset this. Mark my words, this is the beginning of the end for all of these late night guys. And then Stephen Colbert came out last night and talked about how, I guess, CBS didn't want him to do an interview. There was a certain interview that he wanted to do, and they're like, CBS doesn't want us to do this anymore. And let me see if I can bring this up, Colbert talking about this. Because Colbert, he kind of introduced who was going to be on the show, and he said, we also were supposed to have this person on the show, but we couldn't do it because our network told us not to. All right. I think, is this it? No, this isn't it. This is a different one here.
The way he's wording it, it sounds like he did the interview and CBS wouldn't air it.
Yeah. It says CBS refused to air my interview, and then they posted it online. Here he is talking about it.
Not one of my guests tonight. That's Texas State Representative James Tallarico.
CBS cut it.
He was supposed to be here, but we were told in no uncertain terms by our network's lawyers.
I'll tell you, this ties into iHeartRadio in just a second.
Directly, that we could not have him on the broadcast. Then I was told in some uncertain terms that not only could I not have him on, I could not mention me not having him on. And because my network clearly doesn't want us to talk about this, let's talk about this.
Okay, so Colbert comes out and he's like, they won't let me have this guy on. The network said no, and everybody's booing the network, et cetera, et cetera. Here's what's actually going on, all right? Here's what's actually going on in this story. This James Tallarico guy, who Stephen Colbert wanted to have on his show, is currently running for office. The FCC has been pushing the fair time regulations that they kind of have left alone for a while. But technically, if you have one political candidate for office on, you are supposed to offer up time, an equal amount of time, to anybody that they're running against. So you can't play favorites. And Stephen Colbert was told by CBS, hey, if you want to have this James Tallarico guy on, you have to open it up for his opponents who are running against him in this election. Now, I say that this brings iHeartMedia and iHeartRadio into the equation. We literally just got the same message from the suits.
Mm-hmm.
They said, look, if you are going to be trying to interview anybody who's a politician, you have to offer time, an equal amount of time, to anybody that they're running up against right now. Now, this is not something that has happened on certainly any of these late night shows. They have like the same dozen or so people from the Democratic Party on over and over and over again. And if they want to do that, if somebody's running for office in particular, you have to invite on the other people who are running.
This did come up before the latest presidential election, though, with Saturday Night Live, because they had Kamala Harris on the show, and she was like a surprise special guest, and it was very much vote for me kind of deal there. And then NBC had to turn around and air a couple Trump ads. I don't know if it was like for free. Yeah, because it has to be the same. You have to do it at the same rate, right?
But the change was late night was not involved in that for the years prior. Like it's been a long-standing fair. I forget what it's called, fair something. But late night and parody, and I thought streaming, whatever, was not part until January this past year.
Yes. Well, the people are saying, why would comedy be attached to this? Because it's late night shows. It doesn't really matter that much. It's about if you're governed by the FCC, which is only stuff that goes over the airwaves. So like CBS, NBC, those kind of things, or radio stations. You cannot, it's called equal time. And if you have somebody on from one party, like they have Democrats on, let's say, on the Colbert show, you can do that. Stephen Colbert absolutely could have done it. But he's lying to say he was, and unless CBS said we don't want you interviewing anybody political at all, he's lying. Because they would just say, hey, you can have this guy on, but you also have to have his opponent on, because that's how this works. And the FCC hasn't really done much about this, but the equal opportunities rule, here's an inside industry piece on this. It says the fairness doctrine may be dead, but its regulatory cousin, the equal opportunities requirement, remains alive on the books. This is from Inside Radio. And Federal Communications Commission is leaning on that rule as it issues a reminder that not all talk shows are exempt from its requirements. While the focus is on daytime television programs like The View and late night talk shows, the equal opportunities requirement is the same for both radio and television stations and could ripple through both in the long term. The equal opportunities requirement comes into play in a campaign setting. Typically, it means that if a talk show has a guest on from one party, it gives the person from the other party the same opportunity to appear on the show as long as they meet the guidelines for a legally qualified candidate. News coverage is exempt. So if you're like NBC News or CBS News or whatever, and you report on somebody who happens to be a candidate, you don't have to offer that same thing up to the other side. But this is a comedy show, and they don't want people favoring one candidate over the other and people not getting fair access to these audiences. And now they're saying that they're pushing on this. And I'm telling you, we did get a message from the suits about this exact issue. I don't remember if it said don't interview any politicians, but I think it was pretty clear in saying if you do invite somebody on the show, we got to know about it because we have to offer up opportunity to the people that they're running against, which is only for, like I said, stuff that's on the public airwaves. Cable news, you could do whatever you want. The Daily Show will not be told you have to bring on the opponents for whatever amount of time. Satellite radio won't be told, here's who you have to have on once this is done. But if you are on traditional broadcast airwaves, this is a rule that impacts you. And honestly, it's probably a decent thing to have. Like, otherwise, it's just like, oh, everybody who hosts these shows is on this side, so we're only going to hear one view on this. and we're going to give an extra push to this person that they are ideologically aligned with. But that's what's going on. I think Stephen Colbert was being a little dishonest there.
There are people saying that he talked about that part, about the equal time.
Let me give him a little more here because I stopped him. Let me see what else he says.
You've probably heard. So you might have heard of this thing called the equal time rule. Okay, it's an old FCC rule that applies only to radio and broadcast television, not cable or streaming. That says if a show has a candidate on during an election, they have to have all that candidate's opponents on as well.
By the way, look, and that's not it. You don't have to have all that candidate's opponents up. You have to offer equal time to whoever else would be interested in doing it. This James Tallarico guy, can you look him up, C-Lane? Who's this? What's this guy running for?
All right.
What is he running for? Because that's the actual person that he wanted to have on. Why he was on or why they were trying to get him on, I don't really know.
It's the FCC's most time-honored rule right after no nipples at the Super Bowl. There's long been an exception for this rule, an exception for news interviews and talk show interviews with politicians. Now, that's crucial. How else were voters supposed to know back in 92 that Bill Clinton sucked at saxophone?
By the way, I'm Felix on YouTube says, iHeartRadio in the last 2 elections ran nothing but Republican ads. I never once heard Kamala Harris or President Biden ads. They were all Trump ads and other Republicans running for office. We have to take those ads. See, like a lot of this is people just not understanding how it works. If the politicians come to us, we have to offer them, I think it's called like a fair market rate on political ads. And it depends on what state you're on, what you heard. So if you're in Florida and Republicans were thinking, well, Florida's a very competitive state for us, they would throw a lot of their budget at it and they would buy up a lot of ads. We can't overcharge them for those ads. We have to run those ads. We really can't turn down those ads unless there's something super specific about it that makes it so we can refuse to air it. And the Democrats had every right ever, or any opposing candidates, to run whatever ads they wanted against it. But they still have to pay for it. They have to pay a fair market rate. They still have to pay for it.
Well,
it's about where they're spending their money. If you were in another state, you might have had the opposite happening.
That's what I started to say about the SNL thing, about the fair market rate, is that I think because when they had Kamala Harris on one of the last episodes of SNL before the election, and she got her time, I think because they didn't charge her to go on there, they then had to run Trump ads for free. Which
because they had to offer him up something similar, and
at the same rate, which was nothing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah,
James Tallarico is running for U.S. Senate for Texas.
U.S. Senate candidate for Texas. Yeah. And I don't know why that person popped up and Stephen Colbert wanted to interview him. I think he's going to argue they haven't been enforcing this previously. But I mean, that's the target. That's how it works. It's on broadcast. This affects us. If it's just somebody, if I wanted to have on, let's say, Barack Obama right now, we could have Barack Obama on and there's nothing tied to it at all. But if you want to have somebody who's actively running for office, you can't just pick the candidate and then snub the other person so they don't get any attention at all. That's not how it works.
Does that only apply to the candidate themselves, or you use Barack Obama as an example? If we had him on, but he was only here to talk about James Tallarico for Senate, is at that point are we having to offer that to the other side?
I don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure. If it's blatantly an appearance on behalf of the person, but they're not actually there, I don't know if it's the same thing, because you're still kind of giving time to that person. Yeah. You're just doing it through an intermediary. Although as well as I do, that's incredibly common too. Around election time, all the celebrities and stuff will come out and they'll go, hey, this person's available, this person's available. And then they come to speak about whatever candidate they're supporting. So I'm not sure how that plays in. See if you can find out more about that.
I think they're super worried about Brendan Carr right now, just being, according to NBC News, particularly combative with networks that draw the ire of the president.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could tell you without a doubt, and you know that I'm telling the truth here, they are not alone. We have been sent these same warnings that if you interview somebody who is actively participating in an election, you cannot just choose somebody and you're like, I like this person. You have to offer it up to the other folks as well. Now, you can decide whether you think that's fair or unfair. Hit us up with a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. But that's what's happening in this particular case. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get geared up for, before too long here, the updates, because there's a bunch of them in the Nancy Guthrie case. I'll put that in jury duty. And a shocking incident. Shocking. There was two of them, really. One was way more grisly than the other. But a shocking incident on the Daytona Beach boardwalk this weekend. What happened? Wait till you hear the details on this. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Yeah, you got to get them a rampon.
Anyway.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law.
Hello! Hello, welcome.
Lanes 417 between Reinhardt Road and I-4. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line 66768.
Yeah, I don't have a huge issue with that. Like, you know, the public broadcast airwaves are regulated by the FCC, and there shouldn't be undue influence in these elections. You can do that all you want on cable, you can do that all you want on satellite, you can do that all you want on the internet. But the actual public airwaves are regulated like that. The bigger question is, why does Stephen Colbert care about a Texas Senate candidate? Like, is that what has become of late night television? That sounds hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, this person that almost nobody in the country knows, here they are. And by the way, they released the interview online just showing you that they could do that. They just couldn't broadcast it unless they wanted to offer it up to the other guy. And then I'm like, why wouldn't Stephen Colbert just be like, oh, of course. Let's have the opponent on. Let's have that person on. That seems weird. Because he cares about his country? So we've abandoned the idea of a late night comedy show. If that's the case. Now it's about him caring about his country. And you're right, that is what it's about, but that requires you to give up the game. All these guys are basically interchangeable, right? Like, all these late night guys are basically interchangeable, interviewing the same people for the most part. I don't find it to be very interesting, and it's probably why I haven't watched a single one of those shows in a decade. I haven't watched a clip from one of those shows in a decade. It ain't coming for me anymore. Late night comedy shows have always had non-comedy guests. Yeah, but they have not been as political as they have been in the last 10 years. It's just not even close. You can't tell me that Letterman in the 90s and Conan in the 90s and early 2000s were like this at all. It's just not true. That's not in touch with reality. They weren't. It was sort of a fun spot in television programming where there was politics and everybody could be a target in the monologue, and then you had some celebrities and maybe like a band or some bits and stuff. And now it's so heavy on the politics. True, things got more political. I'm not sure that's the fault of late night talk shows. Well, I mean, it is to a certain extent. They choose the content that they talk about. The biggest issue is not that, though. The biggest issue is these are huge, bloated shows. These shows have hundreds and hundreds of employees in some cases. They don't bring in the audience that they used to, and they're not making that much money. So it ends up costing the networks a lot to keep these shows around, just to be able to bring in celebrities and interview them. That's dying. That's done. That's why Stephen Colbert only has a handful of months left. And then he'll probably pop up somewhere. Maybe he'll get a show on Netflix, or maybe he'll do his own show on YouTube. That would be cool. He should do that. And then he can do whatever he wants. You won't be governed by this stuff. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? Huh? For good or for bad, that's what's happening. All right, here we go. We are coming back right now. Stand by.
Let's do this Monday.
Sequel Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed. This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Lake City, Minnesota produced Taylor Heisey, the explosive new face of American hockey. After dominating the collegiate level and world championships, the dynamic forward makes her long-awaited Olympic debut in Milano Cortina. Known for her blazing speed and lethal wrist shot, Heisey adds a dangerous new weapon to an already stacked Team USA roster. She hits the ice ready to prove that the next generation of greatness has officially arrived. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening.
Weird twist this weekend. I'll get you all caught up on that. That'll be in jury duty. I'll just put all of the Nancy Guthrie stuff in there. And don't miss it, because there are some pretty interesting things there. But I want to talk about a few other things first. One thing that I have seen a little bit of buzz about, which is kind of interesting to discuss, is there's an Olympian who's allegedly going to be making like $1 million for the tiniest thing that she did. All right, I think this is the one that's dating the Paul brother. Judah Leerdam is her name.
Oh, that he was crying when she won something?
She's a speed skating star. I believe that's who it is. But this woman, she, after her victory, right? Maybe this is a different lady. I don't know if this is the one he's dating. But Judah Leerdam, she was
Jake Paul's fiance.
Is it his fiance?
Yeah.
Okay. Jake Paul's fiance, Judah Leerdam, she's out there and she was reacting to winning gold in the women's 1,000 meter speed skating. Pretty impressive feat. But you might get some money from your country. You might get a little bit of this and that, some attaboys, et cetera, et cetera. But she's going to make $1 million, according to these stories, because of this. And after she won, she unzipped her Olympics uniform to reveal this like Nike sports bra that she had underneath, and you could see the Nike logo. And they said just that she's expected to get $1 million for.
I will do the same if anyone's wondering.
And I was like, that is pretty crazy to me. That's a lot.
Just
I mean,
to
$1
show
million.
that.
Yeah. It says Judah Leerdam's gold medal might not even be close to her biggest haul during the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milano Cortina. The Dutch speed skating superstar could be raking in roughly $1 million for simply unzipping the front of her uniform after the race. According to one advertising expert, Nike, whose sports bra was on display, celebrated her in the 1,000 meter speed skating event, and they could be forking over big bucks to the blonde beauty. After winning the event last Monday, she unzipped her racing suit and showed up the white Nike undergarment as she cooled down after the tough race. So she finishes her speed skating, she unzips, and she has, and don't think it was like a lacy bra or something. It's like a sports bra. Like,
yeah, to say that she flashed it, it's not, flashing kind of implies something a little more sexual.
It wasn't sexual at all.
But even in that moment, what are the stats of people saying, oh, I wonder what bra that is, I want to buy it, versus
I'm
Nike's
sure.
going to be like, can you believe after winning a gold, what was exposed? Our bra.
That's it. I mean, they said, look, for Nike to have their brand on display as somebody wins gold, as minor as this was, if I was watching this and paying attention, I wouldn't even have thought that this was a promotional stunt at all.
No.
I would have just thought she was hot after exerting herself from the speed skating, and she unzipped the outfit, and then had this like Nike sports bra underneath. And you can see the Nike logo, and you could see partially where it says Nike.
The crazy part to me is that you don't even see the whole Nike logo, and she still gets $1 million.
I know. Yeah, you really, you at least in this, maybe she pulled it open all the way at one point. I'm looking at a static photo, and you just see what it is, that it's a Nike brand sports bra underneath their outfit.
Much more than the $35,674 that Dutch Olympians get for winning a gold medal.
How often is this happening? Like, how many Olympic athletes go, all right, well, when I do, all I have to do is show my sunglasses.
Right.
Or, like, I unzip my shirt and show the undershirt that I'm wearing with the brand on it.
Or make sure that I'm drinking out of a particular water bottle, and that gets you the sponsorship books.
Anything they can do to work that brand into it. It's like product placement that's going around the Olympics. And at least the rumor is she's getting $1 million for doing that, which seems just crazy to me. All right, over to this story I told you. This was a wild one for sure. I'm going to bring this up from our partners over at Fox35Orlando.com. There is a teen that survived an attack in Daytona Beach on the boardwalk. And a lot of weird stuff happened in Daytona Beach as the big race, the NASCAR race, was going on over there. One thing that got a bunch of attention, talked about this in a bonus stream yesterday that the fine folks in chat were able to unlock last week. And in the bonus stream, we talked about how Jimmy Eat World performed in, I believe, Daytona Beach over the weekend in an Arby's.
That's fun.
Were inside an Arby's location, and I'm not kidding you, there might have been 50 people or something in there.
If that.
Is this like a go-to venue, or first time that Arby's had a music show?
As far as I know, it's the first time they did it, but they go, look, we'll pay Jimmy Eat World to play inside this Arby's, and we'll throw a little party here for some fans. And then they record it, and it becomes like a viral thing online. Again, the company's throwing money at all that viral attention. And that happened over the weekend, so you probably saw some clips of that. But this says, teen survives random throat-slashing attack on Daytona Beach boardwalk. I got to see if I can get you a photo of this poor kid. Sullivan Clark, 13, said he was visiting for the races when a man he didn't know walked up and cut his throat while he was walking with his parents. Sullivan said he only survived because he happened to look up at a boardwalk ride at the exact moment of the attack, which shifted his neck just enough to avoid a fatal wound.
Whoa.
Holy cow. The man accused in the attack, 44-year-old Jermaine Long, was found nearby and is being held in jail without the option for bond, they're saying. So Florida man arrested after officials say he intentionally cut a teenager's neck. The Clark family was walking along Daytona Beach boardwalk back to their hotel at 10 p.m. on Valentine's Day. They'd spent the day at the Daytona International Speedway. He was on his phone just feet away from his parents. Oh, here's his neck. Jesus. Like Frankenstein, folks. Like, really amazing this kid is alive.
Wild.
A slash from one side of his neck nearly to the other is all stitched up for Sullivan Clark, the 13-year-old, who did not know who this attacker was, who had no idea why he was being targeted, and they don't know any reason at all why this person would have been targeted. It was much more dire than a robbery. His father said they realized how badly the son was hurt, and he could see deep into the wound. Doctors told the family if the blade had gone just 1 millimeter deeper, he would not have survived. He said he looked up at the slingshot ride at just this time, and it's the only reason he's there to tell his story. The suspect was located near the overpass and taken into custody, and he's been arrested for quite a few things. This Jermaine Long guy who did this. Unbelievable. And I don't know if this guy's one of these people, I wouldn't be surprised, who just has a long-ass history of being arrested over and over and over and over and released over and over and over and over. I don't know if that's the case with him, but he seemingly attacked this person for no reason. And the 44-year-old nearly killed this kid who did nothing. He was just existing, walking along this pier in Daytona. Unbelievable. And I'll put a photo of what happened here because you got to see this over on See It Now. So take a look at that. I would much rather have been at the Jimmy Eat World show at the Arby's.
Yeah.
Than this. This is not something that I would have wanted to take part in any way at all. But to each their own.
I sent that tweet about the Jimmy Eat World show at the Arby's to my friend who is a gigantic Jimmy Eat World fan. And I was like,
"Hey, so cool to go."
He was like, "Have you heard about that?" Oh, some of the comments I was the most sad about were people that were like, "I'm in Daytona. I could have easily been at this Arby's. What the hell?" And my friend was like, "Yeah, I hadn't heard about that." He WTF, and then said, "Okay, now this makes more sense." He saw on their Instagram account the only real clue that anything might happen. Didn't say where, didn't say when, didn't say anything. There was just one post in their stories that had a Jimmy Eat World poster, but World was crossed out and Arby's was like spray painted on or something like that.
That's a smart gig.
But nothing else.
You don't even think they went to like the fan club or anything? I mean,
somebody had to be. Why were there 50 people at an Arby's?
Yeah, they were all wearing Arby's shirts too.
Yeah,
like
there was a lot of brand. I only saw a very small clip of the actual performance, but there was a lot of branding all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a pretty interesting promotion and much better press, I think. Somebody says he's a repeat offender. I don't see that in the article that I'm looking at. But I do not. That would not surprise me.
I haven't seen his record, but one of his charges, in addition to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which it seems like it should have been attempted murder. I don't see where you slit a throat and you don't call that attempted murder.
Sure.
But one of the charges was failure to properly register as a sex offender. So there's definitely some sort of record there.
Yeah. Here's another one that says man lacerated child's neck in random Daytona Beach attack.
That's the one I'm reading.
10:05 p.m. Yeah. All right. So this guy. The charges against Long represent his 5th felony case in Volusia County, and he's got a long history here. So I mean, it's just that kind of stuff is so frustrating. I've told you a million times on this show. It's the thing that everyone should know and everybody should start complaining about. Get the names of the judges who make these decisions. Hold the judges accountable. Hold their feet to the fire, literally if need be. Hold the prosecutors accountable for all of this. We have the majority of violent crimes in this country are done by the same people over and over and over and over and over and over again. We can improve everybody's outcomes. Everybody, every man, woman, and child. We can improve all of their outcomes by actually holding these people behind bars. It is for various social and political reasons that they tend to just release these people over and over again until they end up killing somebody. And it won't be until these folks are held accountable. It won't be until these folks know that you're watching this stuff that they change the way they do this. Because generally, they know nobody's watching this. Here's what I want to do. I want to release this guy again. And then he goes out and slices somebody's throat.
The aggravated assault case stemmed from January 14th when a Volusia sheriff's deputy who was doing patrols in the area observed Long wielding an approximate 8-foot-long wooden pole attempting to strike people.
Jesus.
One of the alleged victims told the responding police officer he approached them and accused them of harming his family. He noted Long brandished a silver-colored bladed weapon, describing it as a small kitchen knife. In a court filing dated February 10th, though, an assistant state attorney wrote the prosecutors would no longer pursue the earlier charges against Long. The filing does not provide a reason why.
Right. See, this is what happens so often. It's these people who are doing this over and over and over and over and over again, and to lower the crime stats, to show that they have arrested people of different backgrounds and ethnicities and lower numbers, for a bunch of different reasons, political and social reasons. They continue to release these people over and over and over again. This should have never happened to this kid. It's a real shame. All right, when we come back, jury duty, and I'll give you all of those Nancy Guthrie updates, including something that I just don't believe. Something about this investigation that I just don't believe, but I want to see what you think about it. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is 3-time Pro Bowler Sean Merriman. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Rasmussen University.
College hoops, Florida moves up 3 spots to number 11 in the latest coaches poll. They visit South Carolina tonight. Meanwhile, UCF looks to snap a 3-game skid tonight, welcoming TCU. Florida State tonight hosts Boston College. At the Olympics, the U.S. women's hockey team shut out Sweden, advancing to Thursday's gold medal game against Canada. And gold in bobsledding, American Alana Myers-Taylor won the women's monobob. I'm Matt McCoy.
Rasmussen University is where passion meets education, offering over 60 career-focused programs ranging from nursing and early childhood education to business and IT. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up, there's a path here built for your goals. Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation.
Stand by. Coming at you, big dog. And that competition could be up to $10,000 over Kelly Blue Book fair market value. Shop one of the area's largest Kia inventories at GreenwayKias.com. We make the deals other dealers won't. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Greenway Kia. Legal FW Finance, takes French 3526. Hey everybody, Duke Goldberg here. You guys know I've renovated a few homes in my life, and I will tell you, one thing I don't mess with is plumbing. Okay. You make a mistake there, it can cost you tens of thousands. Hey everybody, welcome behind the scenes. Go Like Activated. Playboy G says, this is why you always stay strapped. Take matters into your own hands when justification is needed. Shoot, hang on. If that was me and my dad saw that, that man wouldn't be here no more. It just doesn't need to happen. It's literally mostly tied to political maneuvers from prosecutors and judges in particular. These are people who have incredibly bad ideas about how to handle repeat offenders. And until they're held accountable, this stuff will keep happening over and over and over again. You know, this is just like one of those things. Tell me when you're tired of it. He'll get off from being crazy? Yeah, no doubt it. Love when people say what they would do in a situation they've never been in. Hey, Sean. Hey, Barbara. Hello. All right. The Nancy Guthrie updates, including some breaking news in the case. Some big breaking news in the Nancy Guthrie case is coming up in just a moment here on the show. Mental health is such a problem, but how to solve it? It really is a silent epidemic. Vicky, I don't think this stuff is quite as hard as people are pretending. Let me explain to you what I think. I think immediately we should invest a significant amount of money, and we have plenty of it. They take our money every single paycheck. We pay our federal government untold amounts of money. Literally, they lose more of it than you would ever be able to spend or count in your life. We have enough money. We need in every major city enough facilities to handle people who are suffering from mental illness, not waiting until those people commit some sort of crime, but instead being proactive about helping them and getting the help they need. With the ultimate goal to free these people from any sort of asylum type place that you put them in, so that they can hopefully live a more normal, productive life. But when we see these people struggling, we often go, well, they're not technically breaking any laws right now. All of our homeless policies and crime policies that have surged in a lot of these big cities over the past quarter century have been catastrophically bad. You want to see how bad the drug policies are? You want to see how bad the homeless policies are? Just tour any city and take a look. These are all under the guise of being empathetic policies, but the outcomes that they produce are anything but. We need to revisit all of this. It's time to do something different. And until we do, you're just going to see more stuff like this over and over. And I think that's not good. Maybe I'm just a crazy, radical person. All right, jury duty in 20 seconds. Here we go.
Overtime or second job, gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
Score major deals on top brands at Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Find your dream mattress today. Their sleep experts are highly trained to find the right one to fit your unique needs. They make sleep easy.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Including breaking news and the Nancy Guthrie case, some stuff just coming across. So if you've been following this along with us, you might want to pay attention. Big updates in the Nancy Guthrie case coming up in jury duty. Let's get to a couple of your emails very quickly and see what's on your mind. Here is... got it? Okay. Sorry, that's my fault. That is absolutely my fault. I'm going to take the lumps and wait a second here. Folks, again, we'll be moving into jury duty here momentarily, and I'm waiting for the dump to catch back up. Okay, Anonymous emails the show. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. In fact, it says right up on top, as requested, leave me anon, please. So I'm sorry for saying this person's name right off the jump, but that's what the dump button's for. Leave me anon, please, they say. I had a friend work that Jimmy Eat World event as a brand ambassador. The production crew was from Pennsylvania, and they hired local brand reps for the day to hand out Arby's merch to the attendees. The show was for J.R. Motorsports driver for the race team, and Arby's is one of the sponsors. It was in conjunction with a promotion group called Arby's Boys. I've never heard this.
That's fun.
The Arby's Boys, it mimicked the viral sensation of the pop-up metal show at Denny's. It was influencers only. All influencers were non-local, 80 people. It was an invite-only thing on private property. Oh, so it wasn't even any, like, no regular people got to be there. Oh, and he's like behind-the-scenes anonymous photos of the, so they're legit. This person's, this is the place.
And it was an actual Arby's.
Yeah, but they said they were all influencers. There wasn't like any actual fans or nobody just like happened to be there. The whole thing was just set up inside this Arby's. And I know it was in an actual Arby's, Sabrina, because one of the videos was a guy filming outside and it's like, we got the meats and all the Arby's signs. And then he swings the door open, then he walks inside the Arby's and he turns the corner and there's Jimmy Eat World singing, whatever praise chorus or whatever song.
There's definitely like one or two people that just wanted Arby's, right?
They're open late, right? Unless they shut down. They might have shut down.
I would assume so.
I think they shut down for this.
One employee who was still just slinging the meats.
They probably did. All right, let's get to the updates in the Nancy Guthrie case, including some breaking news in this. And to do that, let's jump headfirst in. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of attorneys trying to get your attention. I want you to do the smart thing. Just pick up the phone, 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Here's a roundup of the updates in the Savannah Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie case. This coming in from Fox News. Matt Finn says, I just asked Sheriff Nanos, that's that like podunk sheriff in this case, the Keystone Cop guy. I just asked Sheriff Nanos if DNA helped clear the Guthrie family from being suspects. He says, I'm not going there. The Guthrie family are victims, and I will not stand quiet while they are re-victimized. It's not just my duty, says the sheriff. It's every cop's duty to stand up and be the voice for victims. So this was kind of an unusual thing that was done this weekend. Let me see if I can bring up the statement from the sheriff. The sheriff posted this. This is not something that happens a lot before they got anybody in custody. A statement from the sheriff, Chris Nanos, on the Nancy Guthrie investigation. To be clear, the sheriff says, the Guthrie family, to include all siblings and spouses, has been cleared as possible suspects in this case. The family has been nothing but cooperative and gracious and are victims in this case. To suggest otherwise is not only wrong, it is cruel. The Guthrie family are victims, plain and simple. Please, I'm begging you, the media, to honor your profession and report with some sense of compassion and professionalism. So they don't have anybody in custody. They haven't arrested anybody. They're not even hot on anybody's tail as far as I can tell. Oh. And they are saying all of the Guthrie family, to include all siblings and their spouses, have been cleared as possible suspects in this case.
Now, did you see the new suspect according to the internet?
I did not, no.
The neighbor.
Oh, really?
So there's this...
okay.
Yeah,
is there a reason for this? Or?
Yes, because he was... and I am just reiterating what I saw. I don't necessarily believe it. But this guy was like immediately going up to the news like, this is who I think it is. I think it's the brother-in-law. I had a premonition, blah, blah, blah. And now the internet started to do the sleuthing, and they were doing comparisons of the ring and the glove in that particular video. And then the mouth and the eyes, and those started to match. And everyone's like, why aren't you talking to the neighbor who had a premonition day 2 that it was the brother-in-law who has been cleared? Obviously.
I tell you what, I hesitate to give any support to these online sleuths who just dig up people and, you know, really just go after them when they probably had nothing to do with it. But it seems like they're doing more than the sheriff is.
Yeah.
The sheriff doesn't seem like he's doing a whole lot. So there's other stuff, too. There's something that I don't believe is real that I want to talk about when we come back. And then I got the latest clip that Nancy Guthrie has released to see what, Savannah Guthrie, rather, has released about her mother's disappearance.
That would be big news if Nancy was releasing a clip.
That would be the one everybody's waiting for. But we'll get into those to finalize the updates on that front. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Win your way, along with 3 friends, to the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, courtesy of Real Radio and Firestone Complete Auto Care. Enter now at realradio.fm/contest.
iHeartRadio. Olympics update.
Team USA will be chasing the podium in men's slopestyle tomorrow as Redmond Girard, Jake Cantor, and Oliver Martin compete in the final. Martin says he's looking forward to it.
And I'm just happy to be through into the final. It's really exciting.
Meanwhile, a busy Olympic schedule today. There are 9 medal events, and also figure skating resumes with a women's short program.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center.
Hello. School mic activated. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Stand by.
As well is the slow ride 27 and between 27 and World Drive. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Stand by.
How far an EV can take you on one
Are you
trip.
standing?
Well, most people drive about 40 miles a day, which means you can do all daily stuff no problem. Go to work, grab the kids at school, get the groceries, and still have enough charge to visit your in-laws in the next county. But they don't need to know that. And the best part, you won't have to buy gas at all. The way forward is electric. Explore EVs that fit your life at electricforall.org.
Getting that electric car money.
Media presents the Fresh from Florida Groceries Giveaway. 50 lucky winners will each receive a $100 grocery voucher to indulge in Fresh from Florida goodness. Enter to win at iHeart.com/freshfromflorida.
Tired of staring at your cold swimming pool? With Solar Source,
Didn't Reddit solve the last big case? That's actually true, yes. Technically.
over the last 40 plus years, Solar Source is trusted by Four Seasons Hotels, NASA, Disney, Legoland, and the Summer Olympics. Enjoy parties, workouts, or just lounging any day of the year. Don't let your pool continue to be a wasted expense. Visit solarsource.com today, and for as low as $29 per month, turn your pool into the ultimate family hangout spot.
That lingering sniffle, congestion, or fatigue, is it the flu, or is it allergies? When symptoms don't go away, guessing costs you time, energy, and relief. That's where
hear Rubio's speech in Munich? Dude, no, what happened? Wow. I didn't see that. All right, folks, don't forget, new week, new goals. We got to see how well you can do. Can you unlock another bonus show? Another bonus stream this week? We need 27 secret show subs or gifted subs. Excuse me. That means you go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit that gift icon, and gift some secret shows subs to knock that down. YouTube, we just need 30 subscriptions. Couldn't be any easier. Just go over there, subscribe over on YouTube. Twitch, 20 subs on Twitch. And then if we hit those, you hit your goal and you unlock a bonus stream for this week. Good luck. Buddha says this case gets weirder by the day. All right, let's get into it, chat, before we come back for the final hour, the power hour of the show. I think they're not being honest about something. In the search for Nancy Guthrie, they said this weekend they were flying over in a chopper and attempting to detect her pacemaker. I don't think that's possible. I might be wrong, but I don't think that's possible. Like, let's say Nancy Guthrie is somewhere in the vicinity, and she's got a pacemaker in, and even if that pacemaker has like Bluetooth or something, the idea that you could fly over the whole area in a chopper and detect something as minute as a pacemaker, I don't believe it. I don't think that's true. I think they might be using that to scare some potential suspects.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing
It's not?
still basking in the warm sun.
You were never wrong, Sean? I don't know if I'm wrong about this. I mean, look, I know about Bluetooth, obviously. And Bluetooth has a really limited range. Almost frustratingly limited range. You could tell this if you ever go to, let's say, a gas station, and you have your phone on you, and your phone is connected via Bluetooth to your car, and then you go into the gas station to pay or something. Oh, okay, you've gone too far. Your connection is going to cut off in a lot of cases. It's not a real big range. Now, maybe some of you know more about this than I do, but I don't believe we have the technology to fly over neighborhoods and detect pacemakers. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't think we have that. Bluetooth, when sunk in the human body, would be very limited range? Right. Yeah, I think you're right. I would imagine it's even worse, being that it has to penetrate the person's body and frame. What about Batman? Well, we haven't tried that yet. 15 to 20 feet max with my phone. What do you think are the best odds that she's still alive? I'm starting to have a lot of doubts on that front. And if she is alive, unless there's a drastic change in law enforcement's response, they seem to have no idea what the hell they're doing. And I don't see anybody getting any closer. I want them to. I do. I don't see it. All right, here we go.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan. Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human. They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the News Junkie.
I don't believe this is true. I'll get into this in just a moment. I'm a doubter.
I'm a conspiracy theorist on this one. I'm a doubter. I'll tell you what this is all about here in just a second on the show. The Nancy Guthrie case. A lot of people are like, I'm done. Because we haven't had any movement. Because we got this local yokel sheriff who is fighting with the feds. The sheriff has bad blood with the feds. Doesn't want to work with them that much. The feds are doing some pretty amazing things. Like they got that footage from Google. And that has been a pretty big breakthrough in the case. And there are some other updates, and I'm going to hit you up on all of those in a second. But the thing that I'm sort of a truther on, and C-Lane, give me your vibes on this one. I'm interested to see just on the tech side what you think, because the story over the weekend was that they were flying around over the desert in Tucson and over all of these neighborhoods where they think Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Savannah Guthrie, might be, and that they were using some sort of detection device that they thought could detect her pacemaker. And like, what are the stories said? Hang on, let me bring up a story on this. Nancy Guthrie investigators, they deploy advanced Bluetooth signal detector in an effort to find her pacemaker.
Signal sniffer.
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth signal sniffer. Now, I don't believe we have the ability to do this. I don't.
Somebody does.
I don't believe that law enforcement has the ability to do this. Everybody who uses Bluetooth knows just how limited this is outside of your body. Keep in mind how limited the range is on Bluetooth. If you have your phone hooked up to your car and you're playing music and you have to go inside the gas station, it's going to cut off. You're not able to get that far away. Bluetooth does not work over a long distance. It just doesn't work that way. And then if Bluetooth is on a pacemaker inside an 84-year-old woman's body, I seriously doubt you can fly over in a chopper with just like some detector and try to see if you can detect where this lady is with her pacemaker. I don't think they can do that. I don't think they have the ability to do that.
Seems they tried. They say the helicopter has to fly really low, which that makes sense. Although I don't know why they didn't. I guess it doesn't make as much sense to do it with a drone, even though it would be easier. You would just have to keep landing, switching batteries, landing, switching batteries.
Mm-hmm.
But it says the signal sniffer uses an amplifier. Well, it would have to. You would have to. You can't amplify her Bluetooth signal because you don't know where she is. So you would have to at least have some sort of, Binford 3800 Bluetooth sniffer, with more power. And like point it around everywhere. It did say they're trying to identify the unique MAC address of her pacemaker. So it sounds like they do have the information about the specific device they're looking for, but they're looking
useful.
for only that.
Yeah, that's useful if they have the exact device ID for her pacemaker. But I just don't think that the FBI has something that would work well enough. So you just fly over a city, and then if you at some point flew over the Bluetooth pacemaker, that it would detect it. How
low are they flying?
Not low enough.
If her heart wasn't beating anymore, is that even detectable?
So the pacemaker does work for a little bit longer. I think I read.
I mean to be morbid.
No, I get that. It's a very valid question. How long does a pacemaker?
How does it know to stop after? Just like is it based on your heart rhythms? And it's like if heart not beating anymore, stop working.
Let's see. Cardiac pacemakers and in general, pacemakers do not keep dying patients alive, as terminal events are often due to sepsis, hemorrhage. No, I want to know how it can continue sending electrical signals even after death. They're not designed to recognize when someone dies.
Okay, so it won't give out like a flatline signal to everybody else. But I just don't buy it. I don't buy that they have the ability to zoom over the neighborhood and detect somebody's pacemaker with some sort of Bluetooth super tech. I just don't think that's the case. If I'm wrong about that and you're a Bluetooth expert, correct me. Set me straight on that. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Another video coming from Savannah Guthrie about her mother. Let's see what she said.
I wanted to come on and...
This is like 3 weeks in.
It's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken.
We're into the third week now. You guys think she'll ever go back to work at the Today Show?
Maybe.
One time for the exclusive interview.
Like, this is such a game changer in her life. Like, this has really upended a person's life as much as you could. I don't know. I don't know if she ever ends up going back to that show, or if this is a wrap for her. I still hope she gets the best outcome possible. I hope they find her mom and she's fine, and the family gets what they're looking for in this case. It's just now we're going into 3 weeks.
I just wanted to come on and say that
Poor thing.
We still have hope, and we still believe. And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is that it's never too late.
Never too late. Interesting.
And you're not lost or alone.
20 seconds, hang on.
And it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here.
It's all so weird.
We believe. And we believe in the essential goodness of every human being.
All right, there she is.
And it's never too late.
It's never too late is the message, the latest one from Savannah Guthrie. The other tidbits in this case that I was talking about, the latest from the Sheriff's Department about suspect clothing. The sheriff can confirm the clothing seen in the video may have been purchased from Walmart, but it's not exclusively available at Walmart.
How can you confirm something may have happened? You confirm something did happen. You don't confirm something might happen.
They can confirm that there's a possibility.
Guys, I can confirm that I may go home and have mimosas after the show.
I can confirm,
but I may
you
not.
will.
You know, I may choose something different.
Can I couch you that one? Can I bet on whether the mimosas happen? I think the mimosas might happen. This remains a possibility only. The investigation's ongoing and information may change as new details develop. And they were talking about DNA evidence. They said they directed those to the FBI. And let's see what else we have. Sheriff Chris Nanos of Pima County, Arizona, tells CBS News investigators searching for Nancy Guthrie believe the clothing and face mask worn by the suspect were purchased at Walmart. This is CBS saying this. It's unclear whether they're bought online or in store. Walmart has responded by providing, I believe, security footage of all the purchases that were related to this.
That's good.
So we'll see if anything else happens. Then this is Sheriff Nanos responds about local Phoenix news report that says, through an inside source, investigators believe the Guthrie case was a burglary gone bad and that Nancy Guthrie is still alive. The sheriff says that did not come from us, no idea. And even though it's one of many possibilities, we would never speculate such a thing. It kind of just did, though. We will let the evidence take us to motive, says the sheriff, in this sloth-like speed they have going on. On the gloves front, the FBI saying the gloves found approximately 2 miles from the Guthrie residence in a field near the side of the road were packaged and sent for testing. They arrived at the private lab about 4 days ago.
This one was weird. This was a weird back and forth because they sent the glove to Florida for testing.
Mm-hmm. That's where the sheriff's office usually sends stuff.
Right. But it says under federal law, the FBI cannot use the CODIS system unless the item in question is tested in the state where it was found, in this case, Arizona. And so this is as TMZ reported like about an hour ago. Mm-hmm. And they said, so they tested it in Florida, but since they couldn't use the CODIS system, they had to send it back to Arizona to get tested there. As for why the Pima County Sheriff decided to send the glove to Florida in the first place, knowing the glove would have to be retested in Arizona, they said, our sources have no idea. And then about 30-ish minutes later, they made the announcement that there was no DNA hit.
Yeah, after getting all excited and saying they were running this against the DNA database, no hit, no nothing, and that lead seems to be sort of dried up. A couple other things. FBI agents, according to Brian Enton from News Nation, FBI agents have been to several gun stores in Tucson, Arizona, with a list of about 40 people in their photos. They're looking to see if any of them were in the store or purchased a weapon. And they've been recording the back. Here's the backside of Nancy Guthrie's house.
Video that shows you an angle.
No signs of forced entry.
Has there been any guess on what kind of gun that was, or was there not enough
the back door is
to see?
I could only see like the holster thing that it was in. So
attached or near the garage. Now, from our wide unofficial view, we can't see any signs of smashed glass.
Yeah.
Noticeable signs of forced entry.
No broken doors, no smashed glass, none of this when they look at the backside of the house. TMZ is still getting these letters and still doing the Harvey Levin thing where he's like, now I'm going to speak directly to whoever's sending these notes to us. And this is the fourth note.
What they're doing.
It is. It's gross. It's just super gross what they're doing. But like they're acting like they're taking this so seriously, and all they have to pay is $50,000. Pay it if you think this guy's onto something, but you don't. You don't. You just want to try to drum up more attention.
It is Monday morning. We have received a fourth letter from the same person who says that he knows where Nancy Guthrie is, and he wants
Harvey Levin from
money,
TMZ
in return for the information. Essentially, he wants the reward. So I have something to say to you.
Not to me.
And I have already talked to the FBI about this, that if you are not real, you're committing a crime. And you should know that. And this is a
He'll never
serious
recover.
federal crime. If you are real, this is the fourth letter you've sent, and I should tell everybody that in this letter, it says, I know what I saw 5 days ago south of the border.
It's an email.
And I was told to shut up, so I know who he is, and that was definitely Nancy with them. This is the second time he has referred to more than one person involved in this.
This is so weird that they've been stretching this out on TMZ, clearly just like a mentally ill, disconnected storyline. And they're like, well, you know, here we go. Not willing to pay the money themselves. In fact, TMZ was like, we'll connect you to the FBI so you can get the reward money. And then other stuff popping up, like a Milwaukee attorney has offered $100,000 reward, I guess, for finding this woman. Really no huge concrete breakthroughs at all on this case. And that's where it stays right now. So we'll keep an eye on this and see if anything else goes down. But now you have the information that gets you all caught up on that front. A lot of other twists and turns out there. So we're going to get to them. When we come back, we'll talk to a brand new way to relax that I don't think I can get behind, but maybe you can. We'll see how this lands with you, the audience. Let's see how this lands with you and what you want to do. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Robots don't spiral at 3 a.m. staring into the void. But we do. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
Accident still blocking the left shoulder, John Young Parkway eastbound after Town Center Boulevard. Traffic picking up on I-4 eastbound between 27 and World Drive. Lots company on Florida Turnpike northbound between Clay Wally and Osceola Parkway. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
Tired of cookie cutter barbershops and sterile salons? Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys takes it to the next level because they believe that an extraordinary man deserves more than just a haircut. And right now is the perfect time to try out Hammer and Nails if you haven't been. First-time guests receive $25 off any service plus a complimentary premium upgrade. So if you haven't experienced Hammer and Nails, it's time to go over there. Make an appointment, kick back, get dialed in. There's a full bar waiting for you, hot towels, the whole 9 yards, and looking sharp will feel just as good. So hit up one of their locations in Oviedo, Winter Park, Winter Garden, and Windermere. Book your first visit today at hammerandnailsgrooming.com.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. Download a free home buyer's guide at thenicklygroup.com.
transform your backyard for less than $5 a day. Fence Outlet will install a sleek black aluminum fence that adds style, security, and curb appeal for just $125 a month. Visit fenceoutlet.com for details. License number C-10252.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. Thanks to recent Federal Reserve rate cuts, interest rates are coming down, as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. If you've been thinking about a new Kia, this is your moment. Greenway Kia offers financing options designed to work with today's lower rates, even if your credit isn't perfect. Shop one of the area's
Hello, welcome in. School mic activated. Big ups. Big ups. Stand by, I want to get this right. Stand by. Big ups to Sergeant Dave, gifting 5 Secret Show subscriptions. Yeah. Sergeant Dave with the 5 gifted Secret Show subs. Go grab those if you're interested. That brings us down to 22 to hit the goal and unlock a bonus stream for this week. Everybody else, let me know if you make any progress, and I'll make sure we keep that updated. Thank you, everybody. That's greatly appreciated. We have a couple of minutes and we're back live. Chat, yes or no? There's lots of different types of vacations that people want to take. Sometimes people want to fly somewhere and go experience another corner of the world. Sometimes people want to go on a cruise. Sometimes, as of the last 20 years or so, people came up with the idea of a staycation. The new idea, yes or no on this one. Would you ever take vacation for what's called a sleepcation? You do nothing but veg, relax, get caught up on sleep, no connection to anything, you're not doing anything else to occupy your time. It's a sleepcation. Would you do it? Would you do it? Or is that a waste of your time? No? I'd be so bored. Yeah, after a while I feel like you'd be lying in bed like Brian Wilson did, after a while you go, okay, I'm caught up on my naps here. No, I gotta exit the room. My worst nightmare? Florida Scratcher says that's every vacation I take. He's just sleeping. 90 seconds and we're back. The sleepcation, would you do it, yes or no? Yes, please. Tanya says, I want to get away someplace fun. But I do sleep later on vacations. I can't be lazy. That's totally fair. If you're on vacation and you want to sleep in a little longer, that's fair. But just the idea of going into a complete sleep mode where you just veg and you don't do anything else, that would bore me real quick. I'll tell you what's going on with this in just a second. We're coming back. All right, stand by.
Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Gaylord, Michigan's Winter Vinecki was born to compete in the cold. A powerhouse in aerial skiing, she launches herself 40 feet into the air, performing triple backflips with pinpoint precision. Known for her high degree of difficulty and perfect landings, she enters Milano Cortina as a top contender for the podium. Vinecki combines aerobatic grace with daredevil courage, looking to stick the landing of a lifetime and secure Olympic glory for Team USA. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeart iHeartRadio app.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
Also, the rise of a different type of vacation, according to the Wall Street Journal, but I don't know if I'm buying it. We'll get to that in just a moment. I see a lot of people are sending me in particular, on account of being in the news world here, this video, 2.6 million views of a news anchor going viral. And it's like, man, things are changing. Things are changing in the news anchor world. It used to be that you wouldn't be somebody with tattoos on you. It used to be that you couldn't be somebody with like a bunch of piercings. This particular news anchor, she's tatted up. She's rocking a sleeveless outfit,
Exposing
showcasing
them, the A-line bangs. I appreciate.
She has a nose piercing. She has a septum nose piercing, and she looks like a goth. But she's a news anchor at this station, and the idea is like, oh, are they opening up the world of these media jobs with people who are a bit different so they can try to capture younger audiences or just different audiences? And that's what you have with this woman. This is a smaller market, I believe. But here she is.
Turning to state news, defense contractor Lockheed Martin is planning to quadruple its annual production of high-altitude missile interceptors following an agreement with the Department of War. The agreement sees the production.
See, I mean, it's totally normal, except the person delivering the news doesn't look like you would expect, isn't wearing the same outfits. Like, you know, all the news anchors tend to wear like the same sort of stuff and the same like colors, because certain colors kind of pop on the screen or whatever. And this woman just stands out because it's a little bit different. Doing a story about Lockheed Martin with a nose ring and a bunch of tattoos. And, you know, I thought for a while, it was like, I think the stigma of tattoos is kind of gone with this generation, but there are still certain avenues of professional life.
They say where this woman works?
That's a good question. Alabama?
Because we hear
it says they got goth chick news in Alabama now.
we hear like stories from Amy Caulfield all the time that, like, you know, if she wears something too low cut or something, there's, you know, oldos sending in emails that was, you know, you shouldn't be wearing that on TV. This is a family, blah, 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 blah. I would think that there would be probably some blowback for this.
Yeah,
They're
the
getting
oldos.
riddled,
yeah.
especially now that it's going viral. People that have never even heard of the station will be emailing to complain.
Yeah. I don't see what station she's on. I was trying to see if any of these things mentioned what station it was directly. But yeah, the post says they got goth chick news in Alabama now. 2.6 million views of this woman. And it is kind of interesting. It's visually interesting that it looks different than what you would expect in these circumstances. Maybe that would get you to watch. Let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, here's the new. This is from the Wall Street Journal. And tell me if you would give this a shot. The Wall Street Journal, it says, welcome to the rise of a new type of vacation. You don't worry about what the view looks like. You don't go on hikes. You're not doing any sort of like sporting activity-based stuff. People are now taking sleepcations, according to the Wall Street Journal. In
Sounds
this article
free.
Out today. Yeah, it does sound low cost. It says, no views, no hikes, just Z's. Welcome to the Sleepcation. Tired of being tired. Travelers are booking REM-fueled trips. The best sleep of my life, it says.
Wait, they're going somewhere to sleep?
I hope not. Hang on. Let me bust down the paywall. Wall Street Journal. Stronger than your competitors in the paywall front. It says Caitlin Rosati's latest getaway featured none of her usual hallmarks of adventure. There were no pre-dawn hikes or multi-city tours. Her itinerary involved one activity only, sleep. She slept for 3 nights on the first, she slept for 16 hours on the first night of her stay at a local hotel in Saratoga Springs. And that's where she went just to sleep the entire time. She wanted to get away.
Do they give you stuff to make you even sleepier?
Any pills or anything? I don't think so.
Aroma?
Yeah, like this is just people getting away solely to catch up on sleep. Not and somebody in chat was like, I kind of do that on a vacation, which I totally get and respect. If you go on a vacation and you say, I'm not waking up early any of these days, like I'm going to sleep in as much as I can, I'm going to go nap, I'm going to go relax in my hotel room on some days, maybe some nights I'll just stay in, but you're at least still doing something. The whole idea behind this is that you're not doing anything. You are just, you're sleeping the whole time.
Sleeping in is fine, but yeah, there was one time where we were on vacation and Ashley wanted to take a nap. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we don't have a lot of time here. I want to go do stuff. And I almost like just left her to nap and was like, I'm going somewhere. We were in New York City. I was like, there's so much cool stuff we could be doing right now. And you want to nap.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that comes over you, or you just
but a lot of people,
nap.
a lot of people are into that. It says the Hilton 2024 Trends Report found that the number one reason people want to travel as of 2024 is to rest and recharge. So hotels are leaning into this. They're ditching noisy lobby bars and focusing on high-tech mattresses. Some of the rooms cost $1,000 a night just to sleep. That's it. You go there, you sleep, you get all charged
Better be
up.
a good sleep.
I guess. Yeah, so that's what people are into. Would you use your vacation that way? Let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Like, imagine if when we were in Jamaica and we were all partying, having a good time, and I was like, guys, I'm going to take like a little
power nap,
little nappy, little 2 o'clock nappy.
I don't know.
Sounds like a waste.
Yeah, but you're the type that can keep going. Some people, me, can't. Need a power nap.
You could do both. You could do naps and stuff, but you could also do something fun with your vacation.
Oh, yeah.
You should have something, I would think.
But what's not fun is me looking like a zombie because all I want to do is take a 30-minute power nap.
I mean, do you know how many times I've heard, and I've actually been in this position too. You guys have probably been in this position at least once or twice. Have you ever seen somebody you hadn't met in a while, you hadn't caught up with in a while, and they're like, hey, what's going on? And you go, hey, how you doing? And they go, good. What have you been up to? And you're like, I don't know that I've been.
Insert same line I tell everyone.
Just keeping it together. Like, just trying to think of what to say.
Go
like
the paces.
Yeah, I'll always be like, just try not to get in too much trouble.
I have a easy baked in answer because of the baby. I'm just like, keeping the baby alive.
All right, that one works more so than a lot of the other ones. Another story I wanted to bring up because this was crazy to me. A story out of the New York Times talks about how Australians are now being pushed to the black market. And this isn't me saying this. This is the New York Times saying this. The New York Times is reporting that cigarettes in Australia cost $40 a pack.
Australian or USD?
What?
55 Australian or $40
for
a pack. Now, in New York City, you can spend upwards, I've heard, of $20 on a pack of cigarettes in New York City. But New York City's $20 ain't got nothing on $40 by the way, don't be bumming cigarettes off of anybody for $40 when they're $40 a pack. That's crazy to me.
Are they very strict about what you're bringing in your luggage? Like, could I go there with a carton?
Well, therein lies
for
the
my
issue.
trip?
Yeah, that's the issue because people who are just regular ass people are going in for black market cigarettes. Here's the story: how $40 a pack cigarettes pushed Australians to the black market. Tax hikes have made cigarettes in Australia the most expensive in the world.
So it's the taxes that are doing it. I know that I don't know if the Australians have access to this, but I guess this might count as black market because you're circumventing taxes. I had a friend that dabbled in I don't know how much he did it, ordering cigarettes from like Europe.
Oh.
And he got a carton delivered to him. They were technically, I think, illegal to have because they didn't have tax stamps on them.
I think this is what's happening with the New York Times saying that normal-ass people are going to the black market because they've taxed cigarettes so much that they're $40 a pack. Somebody says, how much U.S.? $40. $40 U.S. Here's the New York Times. A retired math teacher descended into an underground parking lot in search of her dealer, cash in hand.
Oh, my God.
Headlights
I think it sounds so
flashed
dramatic.
from the far end of the garage in a beachside middle-class neighborhood in Melbourne, Australia. She walked up to an unmarked van and soon was back above ground with the illicit goods, a carton of cigarettes. Australia has the most expensive cigarettes in the world, a pack of mid-market cigarettes costing about $40 U.S., nearly double what it costs in New York City. A series of steep tax hikes, 8 and 10 years, were put in place to reduce the rate of smoking, which has steadily declined. But there are people who are still smoking, and now they're taking to like getting it from illicit sources.
There has to be other
it's
loopholes.
So expensive. They said it's the injustice of the situation. Oh, God, she's 75 years old.
No.
Said the retired teacher, Pat Felvis, 75, who recounted in an interview her early experiences of buying illegal cigarettes. Illegal cigarettes cost about $10 a pack Australian, and the ones that you buy elsewhere are $55 Australian or $40 US. Bootleg cigarettes are readily available on every main street in Australia.
What are these bootleggers paying for them if $10 is still netting them a profit on the $40 cigarettes?
They're probably
They're
rolling
getting them
themselves.
They might be getting them from China or somewhere else, and then they're just selling them. They said they sell them at convenience stores and all these other places, and the black market has just absolutely exploded into a crisis there. They said it's a pseudo-prohibition because they've outpriced a lot of these people, and they have to pay about $50, 40 or $50. That's so crazy. I mean, cigarettes were in the last 20 years, $2 or $3 a pack in the last 20 years.
Without a doubt.
And now we're talking $40 a pack for those. And
They're
that's
10, 11 now in Florida.
That's crazy. I mean, if it was $40 a pack, you think that's what they're doing it for. People are going to quit. It's $40 a pack. It's just so
I feel
expensive.
like those making those decisions don't understand what it is to quit cigarettes. That it's not like, oh, well, I can't afford it. I guess I'm just going to not do it. That there's still a addiction to it. And some people will pay.
If they're putting the tax on Zyn. I wonder if they're putting the tax on like Zyn or just cigarettes. Because just go over to Zyn, for God's sake. It's a hell of a lot cheaper to get your nicotine that way. You might be all right. All right, quick break. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's like Christmas, but without the presents.
Hey, we have trivia.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio. Olympics update.
U.S. bobsledder Alana Myers-Taylor won her first Olympic gold in her 5th Games, taking the women's monobob. At 41, she became the oldest American to win a winter gold and said the moment was well worth the wait.
So grateful right now. It's just so amazing to finally have done it. I finally broke through.
She now has 6 career medals and will look to add to her total in Friday's 2-woman bobsled.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
It has been a beautiful Tuesday across Central Florida. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. The rest of it remains quiet. High pressure has been building in. We've seen a lot more sunshine today. Through the evening, we'll fall off quickly with that mainly clear sky. And tonight, we'll have lows back into the middle to upper 50s. So still probably a night to maybe grab a jacket or leave the windows open, leave the AC off. For our Wednesday, we're starting to climb. Temperatures are warming back up into the lower 80s. We'll see plenty of sunshine once again. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
I got to tell you, I thought we were done with the cold weather, but buckle up. In about a week, it's going to be back into the 30s, some of the 40s in Central Florida. And that means you might have to turn on the heater one last time, one last round until we can claw our ways into spring here. Your air conditioner is under a lot of pressure. And whether it's heating or AC that you need, it's Mills Air that you need when something goes wrong. Just remember that when your AC, no matter what kind it is, has an issue, Mills Air is the company that is there to help you out. And if you need a brand new AC, the Carrier units they have are going to save you big time on your power bill. They're so much more efficient than what you have right now. Plus, going with Mills Air could get you access to huge rebates, up to $1,275 because they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. So give them a call at Mills Air. They are friendly. They are affordable. They are the honest company that's going to help you out and keep you coming back because you trust them. Dial Mills Air for your AC needs. Mills Air, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159.
Hello. That's it, folks. Time to wrap up the show. Here's the deal. It's time for you to rate the show. Rate the show. 10 out of 10 is a winner. It goes to the Hall of Fame. No notes. I wheel it over. 10 out of 10 is a winner. 1 out of 10 is a real steaming pile of you-know-what. Not a hit, but more like, let's see what you got. Rate the show. 9 out of 10 ashes spread at Disney. 8 inked Amy K's out of 10. What do you think? The newsreaders with tats and nose piercings and stuff. Sealand was right. There's going to be some grandpas just melting down. 7.5, the Dow is at 50K. 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10 cigarettes. 10 ransom letters. 9.8 out of 10 pacemaker trackers, if you believe it. 1 out of 10, says Lee. 10 trans shooters out of 10. That's a lot of trans shooters. 10 packs of smokes out of 10. No Courtney, says Lee, so that's why you get the 1. Well, go back and get that bonus show again, friend. 8 out of 10 butt pats. 6 out of 10 Sealane started off strong and then just completely dropped the ball. I gotta pee. How much time do I have? Samuel L. Jackson, stand by, don't screw up. I'll be back. Uh-oh. Samuel L. Jackson. Mr. Jackson. Huh. There you are. There you are. There you go. Good? Good. Okay. I gotta go. We'll see you next time. Stay gold. Everybody wins chowder of the day. Everybody wins chowder of the day.
Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change for an always. Going up. There's no appointment needed. Save $15 off your next oil change at VIOC.com. Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change for an always quick but never rushed quality oil change. No appointment needed. Save $15 off your next oil change at VIOC.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Quick, easy, drive starts here.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
The show Tuesday. It's never too late to spread the word. It's never too late to spread the word. Do that. Tell somebody about the show. Send them over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right. Let's see. Everything, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, all that stuff is included here at the end of the show. So let's work some in. In fact, I've been a little bad in the last couple of days about playing the final dispatches. So let's work those in first.
These are the
Here we
final
go.
dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
True. All right, let's see what we got. You sent in your comments to the show, video and audio dispatches. Let's tune into them and see what you have on your mind. Here is Nathan with a shout out.
Yo, what is up? This is just a quick news junkie check-in. Just want to tell you guys I love y'all, man. Greatest thing on the radio.
Aww.
Y'all are literally all I listen to on the radio anymore. I got no time for the foolishness. It's news junkie or bust.
True.
So Sean, C-Lane, Sabrina, I absolutely love you guys. Keep doing amazing work, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace out. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
That was nice.
Thanks, Nathan. And he even said amazing work instead of what everybody else is taking to saying, keep up the work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like, he said amazing. So thank you. Here's Not a Hippie talking about Nancy Guthrie.
All right. Just going to throw this out there just like everything else. Maybe Nancy Guthrie was a part of Night Movers. It's a term called Yahatsu in Japan, and they also have it in America for evaporator to disappearance, where 24-hour service, if you just want to pick up and move and literally disappear without a trace.
Really?
You can leave your family behind. You can leave everything behind. You get a whole new identity, kind of like witness protection, but this is where they literally drop you off somewhere and start a whole new life. I don't know if that's the case, but I won't put it past it. Just saying. Hippie out.
All right, thank you.
It's the vacuum salesman from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, the person who will disappear you, get you like a new passport and stuff. I don't know if that's the case here. I don't
There
think
was a guy
so.
who tried to do that with a kayaking accident, right?
There
Didn't
was.
end up well.
He did end up facing the noise on that one, and he had to come back, and now he's going to spend some time behind bars. You're not allowed to do that, unfortunately. Here's somebody else making money with some mailbox money from that Florida treasure hunt thing.
What up, news junkie? Dingo here. Hey, I just want to thank you guys real quick. I went to the FloridaTreasureHunt.gov, and they had $25.84 waiting for me.
Nice. There you go. That was a good
We
recommendation.
get some of
for
that, I
somebody.
do believe.
Just got to send a cut over. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com.
A few more
TIP.
bucks and you might be able to afford some Australian cigarettes.
That's so brutal, man. I can't imagine smoking it. So, dude, let's do the math on this. What did I say? $40 a pack?
Yeah, $2 a cigarette.
Oh my God. What's that? Let's say you're a pack a day. 40 times 30, $1,200 a month. Am I doing that right?
That's so much. And then you want to go out and socialize, and you absolutely have someone coming up saying, I just quit. Might I just
Yeah. Can I just get one? No.
for $5?
No. Yeah, that's too much. Is that right? $1,200 a month?
I think so, yeah.
40 times 30. That's what it is in my head. But that's crazy. I mean, that's just so much money. I can't imagine doing that. Like,
There's
for me,
somebody on the texting service. Evil Eye says a carton of my cigarettes is $36. That's a whole carton.
What
which
are
is
you
10?
smoking, Evil Eye? They're not that cheap.
No, but is a carton 10 packs or 20 packs?
It is
I don't
10.
know.
Okay, 10 packs in a carton, I think.
They're like
And
$80 to $100 now.
Oh, really?
For
That
your
much
Marlboro
for-
Lights.
That's so expensive. I mean, but still, it's so much cheaper here than it is over like in Australia. I don't see how like only rich people can smoke.
They must be rolling their cigarettes. There must be something else like an agricultural loophole because there's no way. Statistically, there are a bunch of smokers still in Australia.
Okay.
No way they all quit.
Really stupid question. Rolled cigarettes, when you get the tobacco and roll your own cigarettes, they're preloaded with nicotine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you saying it like that? I mean,
because I think the tobacco has the nicotine in it.
No, the nicotine's an additive that's added to the tobacco.
No, but you're getting a sack of like cigarette tobacco that has it all.
It's like the guts of these. I don't know that they can do that.
I thought nicotine was extracted from tobacco.
Well, fact check before we
they
wrap it up.
They used to chew it, the tobacco, right?
I thought that they added it in. I thought that they added in the nicotine. And that's why they can put it into like vape and stuff, and they can put it in the Zins and all that nonsense.
Yeah, nicotine is not as bad for you as tobacco and the carcinogens that are added to your cigarette.
No, that's definitely true.
But I do believe when you get a sack of like tobacco to roll, that it has it all in there.
Nicotine is a natural stimulant alkaloid produced primarily in the roots of the tobacco plant and transported to its leaves. While highest in tobacco, it's also found in trace amounts in other nightshade family plants like tomatoes, potatoes, and eggplants.
Wait, aren't some of the nightshade stuff like dangerous, like deadly, like nightshade mushrooms and stuff? It's obviously not related.
There are some bad nightshades and there's some good nightshades.
So it does occur naturally in tobacco, hence why it's addictive. So it would be in the tobacco that we're using, but we can also synthesize it. It would seem in some way,
or extract it.
Yeah, or extract it and put it in all the other stuff. But no matter what you dice it up as, $40 a pack of cigarettes is a huge ask.
They're
like that's crazy to even think of.
Start smoking butt cigarettes, aren't they?
Well, they're smoking black market cigarettes is what they're doing. Like, and it's $10 for a pack. You get them a little bit cheaper, or a lot cheaper, I guess. All right, let's see here. On the way out, some stories that didn't make the cut. They're saying now that they've released all of the Epstein files, though there's quibbling over that, what all means. People are saying that is not enough. There's still more of them. Celine mentioned earlier about people stepping down from the Epstein files. Hyatt Hotels executive chairman Tom Pritzker, the guy from Hyatt Hotels, he's announced he's retiring from the board. Goldman Sachs has accepted the resignation of their top lawyer, Catherine Rummeler, who talked with Epstein in the 2010s. Hollywood talent agent and 2028 Los Angeles Olympics chair Casey Wasserman is selling his agency. We talked about that earlier. And then Brad Karp, the chairman of law firm Paul Weiss, vacated the role of chairman but stayed at the company after his emails to Epstein also surfaced. And that's that. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Today I learned this character right here.
Batman, Spider-Man.
Batman is correct. Old school Batman here. There was a pornographic version of Batman. It was a parody of unknown origin that was discovered in the storage room of an adult movie theater in Tennessee. It is a highly sought after, collectible adult film these days called Bat P-Word. If you're interested. Bat P-Word. It's from the 1970s. That's an old one. They used to do those spoofs even back in the day. They've done them for a while.
Then.
Takeru Kobayashi, today I learned he retired from competitive eating. That's the Japanese hot dog eater guy. Very, very good at it. Maybe the best, some say, but probably not as good as what's the guy now? Joey Chestnut, I think is the main dude.
Yeah.
Takeru Kobayashi said he retired from competitive eating because he no longer feels hunger or fullness.
Dramatic.
He no longer feels either one of those, which just, it feels like it would take all the excitement out of eating food if you did this. Although I do hear that's what the GLP-1s do, too.
Yeah.
It just kind of, like, I know a bunch of people who have been taking the GLP-1s as of late, and they go, you know what I hate? It makes me physically sick to think about eating food. And I
That's
thought,
no fun.
It's very
like
exciting
that at
up
all.
until a first bite. And then it's like, it's
Yeah,
gone.
like, I like to be excited about eating food. I don't want that to be pulled away from me. That feels honestly like a survival instinct on many, many levels. And finally, today I learned this guy right here. Here we go. Kenny
Chesney.
Oh, no. Rogers.
Nope. Kenny Loggins. That's right. Kenny Loggins divorced his first wife and married his colon therapist, it says.
Say less.
He had some problems with his health in 1982, and he was referred to Julia Cooper, a colon therapist. She was a miracle worker on his colon, and then he married her afterwards and divorced his wife. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you next time, everybody.